and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Shout out to y'all. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's going on in the chat room? Who the hell is at me? Check your Instagram. No, I don't. My Instagram? The fuck I'm gonna check my Instagram for? Shout out to the people out there on my Discord. Shout out to the people in the world who support this broadcast, who want to see the best for this broadcast, and such and such. Let me see. It better be. I don't got nothing in my Instagram. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't got nothing in my Instagram. You must be blocked or something. I don't know. I ain't in that. Press one, coffee and cookies. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. It must be distractive towards my students here. Coffee and Kush TV. And you must be. I got nothing to. Coffee and Kush TV. Karen, good morning to you. Amelia, shout out to you. Lori, shout out to you. Good to see you in class. Didn't get the message. Said my guy. Shout out to you. Fresh West. Shout out to you, sir. Good to see you here. For His glory. Good morning to you. Brittany, the moderator, is in here. Taj Payton, what up? Yeah. Okay, so we on the air. So you can call in whatever you want to talk about. I'm here. I know not whatever you're talking about. You know what we're talking about. There's no reason to dive deeper and all of this stuff, and you can't go no further. So if you want to say something towards the topic, I'm always around. Press one. If it ain't got nothing to do with the topic or the time frame, and or you live in time immemorial, make sure you let me know before you start talking. Time immemorial, which is metaphysically to me. Coffee and Kush TV. Press one. Lewis, what's going on? Shout out to the Lewis family. Shout out for to Wish. Shout out to you, sir. Anjanita, good to see you in class. I see you. Jamie Lee, where Royal Purple at? Marley, good to see you out there, little dude. What's up? Riding off in the sunset, my guy. Jamie Lee, yeah. Where Royal Purple at? Shout out to you, Bougie Lynn. Shout out to you. Lots and lots and lots of questions. The best university on earth. I don't care what nobody say. This is the best chat room. It is, bro. You know, the best thinkers, the best callers. I'm not accepting nothing beneath the best. The listeners at work deserve the best. If you don't disclose in this classroom that you are existing in time immemorial, you're going to go to the bungalow. You won't be expelled, but if you don't know that you're living in the dream world, it's your problem. You're going to have to self-diagnose, sit over there, so you can get a physical appearance, like a view of what reality sound like, and people trying to come out of Wonderland. I should have no men. Press one. None of y'all dudes. I was jumping in between time on some conspiracy. You will get blocked so fast. As soon as I feel confused, it's over. Not hold up. Not I'm gonna call back because the lines is clear. Because dude keep trolling. I don't give a damn. I Smoke Hip Hop is over there doing thousands of videos on death. Keep him over there. Press one. Keep his little butt over there, and he can troll when the money stop flowing for the deaths that's going on in hip hop. That's so sad. You feel me? But you know, King AK, all the rest of these guys, they do the same thing. They profit off of death and rappers' death all day, every day. Now there's fighting in between these people. So I seen some shit this morning. You know what I saw this morning? Oh my goodness, this hurt. I went over to see Dane Calloway. Oh my God, he sound defeated. Press one. He sound like he defeated. He sound like, come on, guys, please continue to believe this Indian theory. Press one. Please. I said, oh my God, he needs some milk or something that dehydrate. And I couldn't even see them. They're not on screen or nothing because they probably look nasty. But I said, this man looks tired. His voice just sounds like depressed and defeated. And I know why. It's because their knowledge is so low. Telling you an Indian and us finding out that all of this federally approved nationality stuff is for them to adopt you. You don't want to be no child. You don't want to be adopted. You don't want to be a new graph on a chart. You don't want to be none of that for the Federal Reserve or none of those people over there. That all the rest of these people walking around acting like they don't know is two Americas walking around here. You know, said send me Article 36. Have anybody seen it? Article 36. We gonna get to Article 36 some parts, and we gonna take some calls on that. If you been here, it'll show. If you haven't and you want to live in Wonderland, today is not your day. Not today. So I got Sergeant Robert here. He's going to give you a brief tutorial on what I showed you plenty of videos, especially about the trust and such, and the breaking up of the trust. He's going to give you the same type of thing, but from the perspective of a special op or whatever he is. But he's going to break it down to where my students can identify what's real and what's not, what's the truth. Again, you got to go through these these people. I almost went full Democrat on them. You got to go through these people and listen to them so you can grow. You know what I'm saying? So you can grow, so you can listen to them and peep according to what you're learning and be able to compare and filter out in your own mind. You should be able to do that. It's like, okay, that's a lie, but I'll continue to listen. You're going to continue to listen, but watch how he break down the graph of these different laws that's over you as you are birthed into the world. This is great. This is great. This is before I even get in the mode of, this is my friend here. Press one. You gotta believe him because he looked believable and he got stuff on a graph chart. Press one. You didn't do the work. He did the work. So he gonna come up with his analogy for us today. Press one. This is first day after you. He gonna he got his graph up, y'all. So listen to him. I want y'all to listen to him. He better than y'all right now. He on, whether you believe him or not, we gonna give him a fair chance. Hold up. Let me bring my chat up so I can see. I love movie days. I absolutely do. So my man is gonna show us 3 different components. Sarnetta don't know nothing about this white man right here. His daddy ain't taught him this. Press one. Sarnetta dad look like this. Press one. Hunsai Cheddar. That's my guy. That's my best friend. Press one. I want y'all to know. Sarnetta dad looks something like this. He told me, man. He told his whole audience, man. Y'all wouldn't even believe if I told you what my daddy was. That's why he mad at the Hebrews and shit. Press one. Oh, my mama. That's all right. I'm a bald head goofy. That's okay. I can be bald head goofy. I'm still correct, though. Do not block them. Money forever. Because he's really broke on the computer. He's not money forever. He's broke on the computer. Press one. He got the letter M on his name. Press one, and you can still see what he looked like. Brittany, I said, do not block him. Let him stay. Let these fools stay right there. I want him right there. Do not block him. to let them stay. I want they dumb asses to sit and yell stuff out today. He broke on the computer. He can't even show his face, ladies. And you know a person look like shit when they just got to put a stupid letter. That's already shows you unconfident. Not for everybody, but this person for sure. And you negative in your spirit. And you negative. I can't even tell. I can't even see you, and I know I can tell your spirit. Press 1. Look, he said, "Yo, dirty ass think you Napoleon." I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Napoleon from the Outlaws? You not changing shit, nigga. I'm changing people's hearts and minds. I am changing stuff. I'm doing something, money forever. You could turn the camera on. I'm doing something you could never do. Be bold enough to put my handsome self right here on this camera, right here, and say it to you. You're not bold enough to call in because you know how ignorant you are. Press 1. You know how ignorant you are. I got to give time for people to come in. Don't worry, you finna go to the movie. That's right, Mr. Clean. That's right. I'd rather be Mr. Clean than Mr. Dirty.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Press 1. When dumb jokes go wrong, shut up, punk. And shut up. You got the damn. Why did I say that, bro? Why the fuck? I'd rather be Mr. Clean than Mr. Dirty and unclean. I knew you was unclean. Only an unclean person. Press 1. Only an unclean person. I should have let that ride. Only an unclean person will make being clean an offense, bro. Only in hell. Hey, you clean person. Hey, you person that's doing right. You clean person. Oh, haha, let's laugh and make fun of him. And that's the thing about it. They can't do it. Press 1. They can't do it. They can't do this. This is harder than it looked. So they try to distract me in the chat room. They try to... They trying so hard. This is all they got. This is all they got left. That's it. Computer types. Press 1. That's all you got left, buddy. Press 1. Black and Silver, what knowledge do he have? I don't know. His knowledge is displaying. His family is on display. Press 1. His family's lineage and knowledge is being displayed right here in my chat. I love every bit of it. That's a shame when you honor your mother and your father this way. Lord have mercy. Brittany says, why is he so mad so early? Because he ain't got nothing to eat. That's all right. He got to take advice from Nipsey when he said, look, get you some money and you're going to change how you feel. Bro. Hey, check this out, bro. I keep me a pack of noodles just to be like you sometimes so I can get that hunger back. I don't troll people, bro. I try to do and be better. I always give you, I bet you can make the best jailhouse spread. Press 1, nothing ass coward. Press 1 of no good resources. You bear no good fruit on this tree. When you die, nobody is going to remember you at all. Press 1, Lord, no mama ain't going to remember you. Press 1, nobody likes you. Press 1, ever in you. That's that mentality. Nobody likes me. Press 1. And that's how you live your life. You can't live your life that way. Nobody is going to continue to like you. So, sir or woman, whatever you is, you need to work on your spirit. I'm talking to the spirit. Press 1. I'm talking to the spirit of this individual. It's very sour. Now, y'all can get rid of this guy. Thank you. Thank you, Wakanda. Blessings. Press 1. Okay. I'm glad that my student aides and assistants, press one, they get the job done real easy. And back on his study. Press one, he's in. Shiva called him scram incompetent. She called you. I'm not doing this, bro.
Shame. Shame.
Sir, you are in Wonderland. You are non-compos mentis. My man is you, but it ain't your fault because you. But check what it say, number 2 right there. You're not able to think clearly, my man. Insane, bro. Insane. Can't handle one's own affairs. Press 1. You probably got imaginary women problems. And you probably have no idea what that even means. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes y'all trolling and you want to play. Don't get mad because y'all gonna have your IQ is gonna have tears coming out my eyes, bro. Don't do it. And you sitting there quiet. You just gotta look at the screen, and now you stuck with the same bowl of macaroni you got in the bowl. All the children bowls of macaroni. You gonna eat the kids' food. You eat all the kids' snacks. Press 1. Now you can't even watch your favorite channel. These small minuscule problems are so big in your life. I'm my bad, y'all. Let me get back. The smallest things be the biggest things in his life. The one little fucking stumbling block, stumbling pebble. You don't even need no stumbling block. Press 1. It should say in scripture, stumbling pebble. Press 1. These niggas don't want to even lift their legs up when they walk. Press 1, their shoes gonna crinkle up in the front. Press 1, these niggas is wild inside. A bunch of children upon the earth. That's all right, Papa got you. Kev love you even though you don't love yourself. So, back to the study. Here's my favorite guy here, and he's gonna tell us all about it. Focus on what he's saying. I'm going to do my best to help as well. It's going to explain a lot when it even comes to the pillars of Freemasonry and such. Press 1. Okay, so you see the hospital. Bring out y'all handy dandy notebooks and those number 2 pencils. Got him. So this is my friend, Sergeant Robert Horton.
This whole thing. So when you're born here on this planet, or here on this planet, you are born of the water, right? Because this is a shipping war. You're all captured in a shipping warfare that you're unaware of, that you've been captured into.
I'm gonna make this. I was gonna put the whole thing on, but I'm gonna just make it small so I could do a reaction. This is sad, fam. Y'all kind of captured. Press 1. I want y'all to know this is what Cavro University is about, the ideological subversion and backwards in time all the way back. Don't listen to his shit talking about it happened. It happened all the way in the 1900s, and it's right here. And he even explained it, family. Get them pencils out.
Together hand in hand, but the banking warfare has really kicked off here as of late.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen to him from the beginning.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Robert Horton, United States Army Special Operations.
United States Army Special Operation. Thank you. We're confirming this is the Colonel Mr. Gillespie reporting. Press 1, Doofy from the military. Civilian resistance, sir. Press 1, we're going to take this.
I was a psychological operations specialist from 1999 to 2012, and I'm also a son of the American Revolution.
That's right, me too. Press 1, you too? Press 1. How many people out there are sons and daughters of the revolution? You too, Bruce one. We must be on the same team, sir. Could you do your best, since you're in my office, to try to explain to me and my people, sir? At ease, soldier. This is so funny to me. At ease, soldier. Go ahead and tell my pedestrians in my nation what you telling us, what happened to us to the best of your ability, and you better not lie.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Robert Horton, United States Army Special Operations. I was a psychological operations specialist from 1999 to 2012.
Psychological special operation.
I'm also a son of the American Revolution.
Gracias, senor.
Now, everyone is wondering about this Russell J. Gould and David Wynn Miller story. And everybody wants to know what in the world is going on with that. What does it mean, right? Okay, but to understand what it means, you have to understand what's going on planet Earth.
I'm sorry, y'all. He think he here for that, but he really finna be here for something else.
That you all need to be made aware of so you can understand what it is these guys are talking about, okay?
Okay, so he think he here for a tutorial to black people who don't know. So he trying to talk to us like little kids. Don't worry, play the role.
So I'm going to go back to the beginning. This is a very old Masonic system that's operating here on planet Earth.
Come on.
And it is all based upon shipping and postal wars.
Shipping and postal wars. Shipping and postal wars. Write that down. All of my ignorant black folk who don't know nothing. Press 1. Because I got to break it down for them. They don't really know. So go ahead.
That have morphed into banking wars.
Woo! Postal wars and what else wars? That morphed into what kind of wars? What kind of wars that morphed into banking wars? All right.
So the three really work together hand in hand, but the banking warfare has really kicked off here as of late in relation to this whole thing.
As of late, not early, late.
So when you're born here on this planet, or here on this planet, you are born of the water, right? Because this is a shipping war. You're all captured in a shipping warfare that you're unaware of.
Slow down, Bob. Press 1. Now you talking to regular democratic people like Charleston White that don't know shit about this and just lived in it and entertained me. What you say? We was captured by the water, cuz. That's mine. See, I done brought y'all a long way. What cuz mean by we captured by the water? See? What you mean by I can make a slave movie today? What you mean by being captured by the water? That's 1. See? He's already double talking. Watch him. Watch him, so you got to understand the 2. U.S. shipping and postal services wars when it fell into banking wars. So we're going to keep going.
That you've been captured into. So when you're born of...
And as a black man, in my current status, that means I'm dead and I'm in chain. I went back into my status. Ships and black people being captured don't sound good to us. I'm trying to tell you what slavery is. Come on.
Your mother's water.
Your mother's water.
You are docked as a vessel by a doctor who is a registered harbor master by the port authorities and
a registered harbor master by the port authority.
and authorized by the Department of Transportation.
And authorized by the... Hold up.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Oh, my... No, damn. Press 1. You see why God sent Jesus? And Jesus does what? Because I told you, there's nothing you can do. This is a debt you can't buy. You can't pay. It's already been paid. Ransom is a wrap. Only thing you can do is watch it unfold. This is a beautiful time to be alive.
And when you are docked by the doctor, you are then harbored in the harbor in a vessel in dry dock known as a hospital,
No.
which is considered to be a boat parked on the land.
Oh, that's why the Red Cross was on right there next to the
Shame.
Carnegie, right there. Remember,
Shame.
I saw it. I said that looked like a big
Shame.
boat parked on the land for some weird shit. They just drained the water and it's gone. That's one. It got stuck there. Now it's a hospital on the land. Red Cross. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Write this down. Red Cross. Doctor.
Okay, but when you're born and harbored by the harbor master in this vessel in dry dock, you are considered a ward of the state.
You are considered a ward of the state. Does everybody understand that? I didn't say that. My wife, Sergeant Robert Horton, Warcastle, overview from the U.S. military, reporting. Press one. He's reporting to General Gillespie. And press one, that's what he's reporting to. And he's telling them, this is what happened. So listen up.
So you are placed into a maternity ward.
We placed into a maternity ward.
Why are you a ward of the state? Because you have not yet been brought under the laws of this old school Masonic system. Now, how they get you into this old school Masonic system is with the birth certificate. So you're considered a ward of the state or an outlaw because you're not yet under the laws of the old Masonic.
Now you see why Tupac called you outlaws? I'm outlaw. That's why. Y'all thought he was just being a bad person. Nah, bro. This is it deeper than rap. Fuck your little rap fairy tales.
System until your mother signs a birth certificate. This is a commercial instrument, okay?
A commercial instrument. Do you know what that means? That means this right here, where your name is duplicated too, from the mama and whatever signature and all that. It is now on your straw, man.
This is saying that you are now owned and under the laws of this Masonic system, but you are owned and that you are nothing more than a piece of cargo or a vessel or a dead person that's presumed to be missing, dead, or lost at sea. Right?
Presumed to be missing, dead, or missing, lost at sea. Black people.
Not like this.
I told you.
Not like this.
Told you. I even told you how you were civilly dead and lost at sea. Remember? We were singing Under the Sea yesterday. Don't you remember? I know the ladies do. They're more connected to Disney than we are, so they really know what I'm talking about. You're lost at sea. Facts. Not only are you lost, your firstborns is under the sea. But we get back to that.
Right? Once you're legged into this massive corporate construct, and it's a global construct, you are then subject to the laws of the state. State of affairs, not state of California.
Not the estate. You mean state of affairs, commercial, business, 501(c)(3) banking, international laws going all the way back, creating bonds out of these certificates, because that's what certificates are, written on bond paper.
Not like this. Not like this.
And as I said, this is what they mean by sold into bondage, where I told you you will not go again. A nation will come upon you. You didn't go nowhere. From far, you didn't go nowhere. I'm telling you what it is. Facts.
Or state of Nevada. We're talking global state of affairs. You're legged into
Roman Catholic Church.
the state.
It's in favor of the banks. It's certainly not in favor of the people. What happens when you have a child is your child is given a social security number. They estimate how many taxes your child is going to pay over his or her lifetime. And they take that birth certificate and they issue it on the capital markets and they earn money on it.
That's what they did to your forefathers from the beginning. Remember I asked the question yesterday? Did the Russian Jews and German Jews do this to you? As a banking infrastructure and what you think is white supremacy is really banking policy. You want to see some Nazi shit? Or Michael Rappaport running around, running his mouth. He better come over here and explain this shit. We talking about the banking system. We talking about these individuals.
Once that happens, you are then under the laws of this entire global construct.
You see? Under the sea.
I'm saying something much worse, actually. What I'm saying is that when every citizen goes into the court system, they are not seen there as themselves a U.S. citizen. They're seen as the person who had their birth certificate pledged. You're there as a debtor. You're not there as a citizen.
Fact.
We have been converted from human beings that are citizens of the Republic of the United States into chattel.
Told you. This is what happened to the first Negroes here in America.
Chattel, that is a legal term for something which is property. We are now considered to be property of the Federal Reserve.
Property of what? The Federal Reserve. Remember, they having this nice history about Roosevelt and all the rest of these people. They stole the gold and took it back over there. Now it's broke. Now they got to do this. That's how they put you in servitude.
We're not considered to be human beings and citizens of the United States.
Just as Goyim intended. Remember the term Goyim? You ain't no citizen. You ain't nothing. You an animal. You livestock. Who's faith? Who believes things like this? There it is.
These are the pillars of the laws of this global construct: Admiralty and Maritime, and civil jurisdiction.
Admiralty and Maritime and civil jurisdiction. Write it down. I didn't say write down, sheeple. That's not a good term over here. Get out of here.
Law of the sea, law of the land.
Law of the sea, law of the land.
Law of the sea has always been held by the King of Great Britain.
Law of the sea has always been held by the king in the high castle. King of kings. The big dog on earth.
Okay, that's how he runs his entire country. It's considered a vessel, a great big boat, and all the people in that boat are considered to be missing, dead, or presumed lost at sea with their birth certificate system. That's how he runs his whole country. And that's the same thing we're doing here in
No, that was sovereign. That not boat. What is it called? Charter. It's called a charter. You got it? It's called a charter, not a boat. It's insane. This is really good when you know.
the United States. Why? Because Great Britain has always been our Postmaster General here in the colonies and the 50 states.
So, King George, Postmaster General is king. King George, the kings and queens over here were Postmaster General, and we get to it.
Now let me explain what Postmaster General of the world is.
Good, of the world, correct.
Okay, this is our vessel. This is planet Earth. This is the vessel that we're all floating around on in this sea of space we call the solar system or the galaxy.
Listen.
This is our outpost, right? Our boat. The Postmaster General, or the General of the Post, is Great Britain. Always has been.
Always will be.
This is an old school Masonic warfare platform, planetary warfare platform based upon shipping, postal, and banking wars. Okay, I've explained the shipping to you. The postal revolves around timelines. When you're brought into a jail, the timelines kick off, whether it's a federal offense, state offense, or local offense.
Not like this. Not like this.
You understand? Time. Come on. Come on, Democrats. I know my Democrats know this. I know my Democrats know your time start when you go to jail. You're going to see the relevance of the 14th Amendment, bro. This is a very special moment.
Different venues have different timelines, okay? And there's several.
States.
His whole system is enforced in the courts around the world. This whole system is enforced in the courts. And what they're enforcing is the elemental chart, his strategic metals contract, his styles manual, and the dictionary, which is basically the entire system all of us are using, the grammatical construct we all use. All of these contracts and this entire system is enforced in the courts around the world. Those are called the neutral ports. That's where the wars are fought in relation to this entire matter, right? If you got a grievance, you go into the courts or the neutral ports and you fight it out. But this thing is set up to make sure that he always wins.
That's right.
Okay? This entire system is set up so that you never win.
No, the system is set up for he, because he is a representation of the people. And remember, it's we the people. So the people win. You know who don't win? Corporate churches and Dead Sea and debt bondage. That's who, not you. Oh no, the people always win. You with the king, and the king is the representative of the people. Only way the king is there is by way of the people. That's the real democracy. Facts. The republic is the real democracy.
All they look at you as is a piece of cargo, a boat or a vessel that can be harvested, raped, plundered, and pillaged for its goods. So this is the old school Masonic system that these guys have set up, and this is what is being defended on planet Earth, okay? This whole system belongs to the King of Great Britain, or is run and defended by the King of Great Britain. Okay, so he is the Postmaster General of the world. All of the countries on planet Earth are utilizing and playing with this system, okay? Doesn't matter if you're in Russia, China, or Germany. If you get married here in the United States, you're still considered to be married in Russia, China, or Germany. If you get divorced, you're considered divorced all over the world, right? Because the courts are all connected. Everybody's playing this game. It's a big, old school Masonic system that they utilize to control the people and run the planet with. This is the old school monarchical system that commands and controls the entire planet, or at least is attempting to. All of the countries on planet Earth are utilizing this Masonic warfare platform, okay? And as they are all high-ranking Masons, all of them, okay? Not Masons in the form of guys who are setting up sidewalks and driveways, okay? They're not those type of Masons. These Masons build governments. They build them and they defend them. The contracts that I pointed out that the King of Great Britain has, all the countries have those same contracts. They all have their own strategic metals contract in place that allows them to print and mint their own coinage based upon their banking system, okay?
Freemason only means free man's son. Like Anderson, this one, a free man's son is a son of a free man. That's all it is. The original forefathers are the free men. And I'm about to, and they were allowed, he's telling you right now, coin their own what? The black Freemasons will tell you they shit was stolen. That's easy. Where's Jabari at? Where's Jabari? Easy work.
Everybody has commodities that they trade around the world with each other, and that's what those banking systems are based
That's what they
upon.
took from you. Fact.
Oil being one of the biggest. And the King of Great Britain is the reigning monarch on the planet.
Now hold
That's
on. Now why he look like George Washington? Press 1. Why George Washington and the King George look alike? Why? I told you King George is George Washington. Which said King George is George Washington, bro. He gave sovereignty to the people, and slaves, he freed the slaves. Not Abraham Lincoln. After Lincoln, you became a product of the sea. He freed the slaves. You can look at it. Great Britain, King George, freed the slaves. You know him as George Washington. That's King George. Facts. So you're under the spell of invader, like cold propagandists who got you to believe that you fought against King George to get away from here, and George Washington fought George and came over here and gave you, George gave you sovereignty. He gave the 13 colonies the first and only legal, like common law America. That's the real one. Independent of all that other shit they had going on. That's the importance of you knowing history.
He is the Postmaster General of the world. What we're going to look at is where the crown derives its authorizations or its authorities that their entire system is based upon. Okay, real quick, let's go back and recover some American history, okay? Back when the colonies were founded, there was 13 colonies originally.
Come on.
And before the American Revolution broke out, our post office was the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania post office, the Benjamin Franklin post office, okay?
That's the old, I told you what I tell you about the Liberty Bell. What I tell you about how deep Philadelphia is, and people got to wake up. Okay?
Their postal court, which is here. And once the American Revolution had broke out, the king had cut off our ability to conduct international trade and commerce out of that post office because we went to war against Great Britain, right?
Shame.
So he
Shame.
ended their careers, right?
Shame.
Because by way of their postal service are they allowed to work their schemes. Do you understand? Only through the postal service these people are even allowed to do this. The only way that these people is allowed to even do anything is by way of the postal service, the U.S. Marshals. All the rest of these police, they in foreign territory. Facts. That's how serious this is. They're in foreign territory. That's military. That's corporate military.
So the war, all wars vacate that kind of contract.
Who cut down the cherry tree? Was that Lincoln? What was the cherry tree? Come on now.
So our shipping was cut off.
Oh, that's
After the American Revolution.
You're right. You're right. Remember I told you George cut them off? Remember you cut off? I'm trying to tell you.
We couldn't open commerce back up through this post office because we owed 1.6 million francs to the French.
Because what? They owe what? Oh my goodness. Black man and woman, write this down. They couldn't do nothing because they was already in debt to who? The French. The church, bro. So George was cutting the corporate seat off. You're not even supposed to be in that, bro. That's what I keep telling you. You really don't understand scripture or history to even know how it connected. And this is huge.
Funding the American Revolution. So at that point, the King of Spain and the King of...
So the French was funding what? The American Revolution. So who are French? French is the Wall Street. This is the corporate Nazis. These are the ones fighting for this anti-trust, anti-law, anti-Christ, anti-like banking structure that's now you think is good over you, like Chase Manhattan and all that other stuff. This what this is. I'm giving you an actual account of history.
Our shipping was cut off.
More than your shipping. Your legal right to even exist here and to walk around and beat up black people is cut off.
After the American Revolution, we couldn't open commerce back up through this post office because we owed 1.6 million francs to the French for funding the American Revolution. So at that point, the King of Spain and the King of France argued over who was going to be the Postmaster General here in the United States to open it up to international trade and commerce. Right? Spain said that they had found America first. Christopher Columbus had discovered the New World first, and so they...
So how you gonna go against Britain? What that got to do with anything? That's time. That don't even make sense to the king. That don't even make sense to the king. That don't even make sense to the king who owns everything, the monarchy. That don't even make sense. That story wouldn't even exist. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, and then Christopher Columbus founded this one. Do you know what we're talking about here? The American Revolution. That's what we're talking about. Christopher Columbus didn't found this. Y'all insane?
had rights to it. France said that without loaning America the 1.6 million francs, the United States wouldn't even be open for capture. But the King of Great Britain, still being the reigning monarch in the world, said those are my people, and I'm going to put my post office in up there and open this thing up to trade and commerce. You guys need to stand down.
Oh my goodness! So the king made the bank stand down by saying what? Don't that sound? Let my people go. That's by law. Stand down, big dog. You've been deceived by those people who've worked crafty counsel. So you got to unthink your way out of this situation.
So that's how he became the Postmaster General of the United States. And the Canada location has always been attached to that.
So he owns America and Canada. He owns he owns all of the territories in Americas and Canada. That's why they don't want to tell you about ancient America being here, because it'll put all of your bondage right here. It'll make it. You'll start figuring it out. These timelines is actually more condensed than they've told you, without that 1,000 years Merovingian style French men. You got me? You see, it's different when Kev do it.
Postal location as well. So the King of Great Britain took tactical command and control of the entire North American continent in the process.
That's George Washington. That's your George Washington. Right there.
So if the other
That's who gave you freedom right there. That's who gave you sovereignty right there. He said, I'm giving, they are called, that's damn near they called by my name right there. You better hands off. You better back up. Do you know what you're dealing with? With majesty type of stuff? Sir, corporate policy man, get out of here. That's damn near on the same, see? That's out of scripture. Let's say world of regular history, that's damn near the same thing. Get your hands off these people. That's why they said the British is coming. Why? Because they had you in slavery. These people, these bankers and shit. Look how they did you, bro. They flipped up your whole property. That's why. They told you the story, like Tupac say, somebody got the story twisted like I no longer existed. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up?
Share the link to the video, bitch ass nigga. Stop fucking panhandling. You panhandling this damn video? Share the
Sir, what do you mean share the video? I am sharing the video. Why are you so upset? I'm sharing the video. Now back to the script.
Monarchs and dictators of the world wanted to come into our country, or the United States, and rape and pillage it for its natural resources and its goods, they'd have to go through him and his post office.
They got to
so.
go through King George and go to the post office that way to even have a bank. Do you understand? This whole system been here. The way y'all see this, ain't nothing new under the sun. Hey, listen to me. Ain't nothing new under the sun. This been here. They hijacked the post office. You get it?
So everything that was shipped in and out of the country, all trade and commerce, he got a piece of through that post office. Just like he did down in the East Indies.
Yeah,
He is taking-
because it's called the East Indian Company. You gotta understand that all that was owned by the king. So the king is telling the pirates and the banks, hey, Dominicans, come over there. Come on.
Tactical command and control of the movement and shipment of all goods on planet Earth. That's his end goal. Okay, now there was a long-range objective that had been placed into motion here by the Crown, the Vatican, and London City and the Rothschilds, okay? And the reason the American Revolution had kicked off was because the United States wanted to float its currency into the global market. And
Into kings, they wanted to. It's like counterfeit. Into the global market. The global market was what? The royals and their families. Go ahead.
because they base their monetary system on the value of the land, it never fluctuates. It's solid base, right?
You got it? Hit the like button. Kev, listen, we special right here. He giving you the play. You see it? How many people been in my class? Could you see it though? It never fluctuates. I told you, the land is attached to the people. Those my people. I'm trying to tell you, you looking in the wrong place. You looking in the air when you need to be looking for a bloodline. Facts. Okay? You supposed to be looking for that land guy, that guy. You looking in up there. So weird. No. He giving you the whole play.
But the Rothschilds fluctuate gold and silver up and down in relation to what they have going on.
Okay, so the banking system fluctuates. The land, when you're protected by the land, shout out to the king of Bakerfield. When you're on the land, the land is always got minerals and things like that, so it doesn't fluctuate. And in taxes and shit, it will never crash because it's organic to the land. Now, what's important is you got to uproot the people that's organic to the land to steal the land and bring it over here. Do you understand? Hit the like button and subscribe. This is what I want to know. Do you understand? You're dealing with the best professor on earth. They don't just say that. I didn't graduate nothing. They don't call me professor because I went to Yale. I went to the street. Press 1. They don't call me no damn professor because I went to Harvard. I ain't got no certificate that say I went to no damn Harvard. I ain't cut my hair like this guy right here. I'm joining no military. I ain't no special op. None of that, G. I say God shine me up real good when I let it all go. Facts.
And because our currency doesn't fluctuate, when these guys would drop the price of gold down, America could buy it up and eventually would become the global power.
Boom. That's what was going on. So you see why it was so much gold? They shit fluctuate. So every time they go down, we just got some more. Press 1. Yeah. You see? That's the land. That's there. That's the Dead Sea. They get their people. That's the world. So George understands the laws of the world and how they gonna fluctuate and how you gonna get rich. You see? They shit fluctuate. You don't. You're organic to the land. That's why George was like, hold up. Wait. All you people that talk. So he's actually this is insane.
On the planet. So the Rothschilds attacked the crown, and the crown said, you guys can't do that, and as a matter of fact, this is war against me, and I'm not going to let that happen.
A bingo. Now you starting to understand. Who that sound like to you? I ain't gonna gotta tell you nothing. You hear it. You hear it in your spirit. I got you. Woo, Kev, bro. Bring it all home, Kev. Somebody look at their neighbor and say, this dude cold. Who that sound like to you? Okay? I told you. Come out, get your head from out of the metaverse and think clearly so we can get out this insane asylum by way of, we'll get to it. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Share the YouTube.
Ice cold. All right. Now, ladies, yeah. You gotta listen, man. This dude breaking this shit down. Come on, King.
So that was the reason for the American Revolution. But the long-range objective...
And that was the reason for the American Revolution. Stealing the gold. That boy Kev cold, bro. That boy Kev, it's in me blood, mate. Press 1. Lord have mercy. It's in me blood. That's why I be laughing at this American Revolution, Civil War, World War I, Colonel George Washington, Limestone George. You feel me? That's why. Y'all wasn't understanding it. It was too like, nah, Kev just talking. Nah. Now that we on this little adventure, you know, after all that you've learned, Kev is not just talking. Go ahead, you on the air.
Share it.
I shared the video. The video is shared, sir. So have a seat. Balenciaga helmet in the back. Excuse me, y'all. He got a condition. He can't talk nice. His parents called me, and they begged me, y'all. They said our son is retarded. He said, you know how your head, Kev, is hard like this one, like an egg. And press 1. It got an outer shell like a skull. His brain, press 1, is like an egg that's been peeled, so it's mushy. So at the top here, if you it look normal, but if you press down on it, press 1, it'll smudge his brain. So I apologize. I didn't know you was really like that. Your mom called me, and she let me know about your syndrome of mush brain. Press 1 of mush cranium, and I didn't know. My bad. And the doctor said you'll get well soon. And so it's all right, brother. I understand. I will share the video. I'm going to share it with you. Thank you for the call. You ever seen them eggs before it look like it's... No, bro, it's mushy. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV.
was to get the United States to borrow money from these guys.
See, the point was to get the people off the land, to get them to borrow money from those guys over there. Press 1. It was to get them off the land, to get those people to borrow money from them over there. And us that already put that in our resources. Press 1. Take the resources, go to war, make them borrow money. The key is to get them to borrow money from us. How? You got to uproot them off the land by making war, and they'll be on ships out there owned by our guys, J.P. Morgan, which are nothing more than Red Cross military vessels. Got them.
In an effort to surrender them back to Great Britain. And how that was going to work was you only get 3 chances to pay off the debt that you borrow from these guys. And if you can't pay it off, then you're surrender. The Crown will step in, pay the debt to these guys off for you and then capture you back as part of his system.
Now, does that sound familiar? How many people? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? God sends his only begotten son to pay the ransom. Listen to me. This ain't no fairy tales for this young black male. Nah. Your ransom is bought and paid for. Right. You ever been in these churches and they say that? Oh, the ransom being paid, and you never knew what that meant? Because the ransom has been paid. They just don't know. That means they waiting on the resurrection, the king to come to resurrect the dead and be back into power. The kingdom be reestablished by what? Kinsman. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Sure.
Or part of Great Britain, and you all become peasants and serfs again. And this entire thing.
No, you don't become peasants in what's the name again? We're peasants now. We're all in debt now. Press one. All of us, just to be regular people, we living in debt. We pass nothing down to our heritage, nothing to be established. That's the story of God right there. That's the story of God. That's your religious structure by law. I told you the Bible is connected to your land, and the land is connected to God, and it's all written in law and in the scripture together. I can kick my feet out on one. I can go now. Lord, help me, please. I can go now. Y'all, remember, y'all can come on and get me now. Come on. I'm done. I'm retired. Press button. I'm like Wayne Gretzky. I'm done. I'm paid. Bring out the fishing poles. Bring out the fishing poles. What's left? What's left? This is a beautiful moment in time. I told you. So you can go back to being a peasant. You are a peasant right now. You don't own nothing. You're black. You're fucked up, and you're owned by Chase Manhattan Bank, the Federal Reserve, and its fiat currency, who stole all your resources and doing outsourcing it. So you couldn't pay the bill because you couldn't front the fucking bill because you couldn't fucking listen and not go fuck with these people. So the king had to fucking step down and fucking here pay the ransom. But you got a king, okay? The Jesus Christ story is about a king. All of this is intertwined with one another, and y'all can't even see, but you will. You sure will. On this day, Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Kev? This is Wanda from Brooklyn.
What's up, Wanda? Talk to me for a little bit. Let my steam come down.
Yeah, down. You put that video up, and he talked about it. I understood it clear what he was saying.
You understood it clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, due to about King George Gillespie, about where he said he was the king of everything that we study, and so we was looking for the gold yesterday. So we had it backwards.
Hold up. Shout out, I'm gonna do this real quick. Hold up, Wanda. Shout out Brooklyn. I didn't like Brooklyn because Tupac pressed one, but now I respect Biggie Smalls by way of Wanda. I baby. Hey, listen, I never knew. I thought the knowledge here was just arrogant, but y'all are some smart and bright individuals, and maybe I'm a product of hip hop trauma because. But I'm getting, I get it. We just a little rough around the edges. That's all. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead, Wanda. What'd you figure out here today? Go ahead.
I think we had it backwards yesterday.
Go ahead. Tell me something.
Because we was trying to figure out where the goal was. This is what's all about is the goal. So this is what King George Gillespie went to war for, was the goal. So once once they got in war with the gold and they got their hands on the gold, this is when Mickey Mouse, this is when they started doing all types of things.
They started programming people?
Yeah, this is when they put Mickey Mouse in. This is when Hitler came in. This is when Walt Disney came in. This is when Parenthood came in. This is when Red Cross came in. All of them came in right after the gold.
And this is the people's gold.
Right, this is the people gold, because now that they saying that J.P. Morgan and the rest of them, that they came and they was trying to get the post office. So once they got the post office, I believe that's when everything kicked off.
Yeah,
because
that started the bank. They got the people to start banking with them.
Right.
And they can't pay their debts. So they ended up in servitude.
Right, because yesterday you said we had banks all over.
Yeah.
So I believe they put those banks in debt in order to work with them. So once they put the banks out of debt, because now still where's the banks that held the money for the sons, the mothers that was here? Where that money at? Nobody got that money.
That was taken by the banks.
Right. Once we started working, once we started getting our money in their banks, I believe because we had our own banks with our own money. So how did we start working with them?
How did you guys start using their banks more and more? Right, borrowing money for y'all. Y'all took this because the gold was gone. So how they probably needed to borrow money from somewhere. It's definitely. I mean, when you look back on history, you can obviously make that case that damn, this more looked like collusion and a conspiracy to kind of get unwitting people going through a crisis, and boom.
Right, because now, Kaz, look. So now, when the gold was in the banks and they took the gold out the banks, how people were surviving? Like how they would, if all their stuff is going, if everything is going. This is when they brought in welfare?
Yes.
Like how was people surviving?
Yes. Well, I was just about to say the communist state, Red Cross, the incorporated Red Cross, coming up.
This is when they started, coming in, oh, y'all need this, y'all need loans, come and get a loan, we got a loan for y'all, and this is when they started.
Come on.
This is when they started giving the loans to where you can't pay it back. This is how we started getting in debt. This is how the money started ramming up that we can't afford that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my, you see it so clear. You explaining it like you see it in your mind so clear.
I can see it. I'm like, wow, so this is what happened. And this is because...
So that's why the PPP loans was to get brothers back into the prison. Oh, my goodness. Start out the art. Oh, my goodness, you guys.
Because now, look, the PPP is a loan. So now this is the thing. Who that money coming from? So this is another way of just getting back in their debt.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Back in their system, because now how you know who got the PPP loan is a tracker that you got to go on to get to see who's in the PPP, who got the PPP. They got a whole website of who got PPP loans.
Oh.
Their names, their addresses, where they worked at, what they got it for, everything.
Oh, you can be deported.
It's a track record, so it's the reason why they did that PPP stuff like a scam. Because you got PPP loan and
I told him it was a setup. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Don't fucking do it. I don't need none of that shit, man. Just opportunity.
Me neither.
Opportunity. Equal opportunity and protection under the law. But we go. Anything else you got to say?
No, I just had to get that out because it was clear to me. I was like, oh no, wow, that's it, Sheriff. He just brought it out to see.
You love it. You love this channel, huh?
I love it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
You know it's real. You know it's real.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
But I'm going to sit back and listen.
For sure.
around the year 1999. This is an event horizon year, not just for the United States, but for the entire
So
planet.
this is old.
Okay, so when the colonies had come out of the American Revolution and the king stepped in as Postmaster General for the United States,
Ooh.
the U.S. Constitution was drafted.
What? What? The king stepped in and drafted the U.S. Constitution. Why? Because the U.S. Constitution is a land deed. You just don't know how to read. That's okay. They gonna read it for you. It's gonna be a punishment. They're gonna read. You know, like Hebrew Israelite. Y'all know how y'all be reading? That's how they gonna read. And y'all just gonna look at these. Because everything gonna be anti-Christ, anti-trust, anti-you, anti-law, anti-whatever you supposed to be in life. And you just sit up there and just read. Go ahead, just tell them. Read what you did. That's cold, fam. I can see it coming. I see it. I'm a pray on it. Please, God. Just make them read and confess like they made us do it in Catholic Church. Confession. Just read their trials. Just make them read their law. We ain't supposed to be even touching y'all. We were never supposed to be here like this one. Listen. This is bigger than rap. This is bigger than your entertainer. Facts.
And the U.S. Constitution outlined how the king's government was going to interact with the colonies in relation to international trade and commerce.
Meaning they cannot own nothing. So the founding father, the king, y'all tripping. He said, look, you ain't finna be enslaving shit. But look, they said, we just want to service something. They just want to be a part of something. You're not a part of this banking land of the sea, law of the sea.
Okay, and this thing was seen by Patrick Henry and the colonials as so tyrannical that they created the Bill of Rights. Outlined.
The Constitution was so tyrannical that they created a Bill of Rights. Sir. so tyrannical. Shout out to you, sir. What's your name and where you calling from, student?
Hey, how you doing, Kev? This is Marcus from Georgia again. How you doing?
Georgia, my man Marcus. Talk to us.
So, Kevin, I was just listening to the past 30 minutes of the show.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me that their little crafty plan
Hold up.
to steal the gold and to steal the people work because our people served other gods, didn't follow the Most High.
Yes.
You know, my mind right now is just, about to explode.
Yes.
And, King George was a smart man.
Very smart.
If our people would have kept serving the Lord like we were supposed to, man, you know how rich our people would be right now?
You'd be rich as your enemy is across the water, living in Dubai in big old building.
Yeah.
Many.
And I mean, I'm like, oh, yeah, Kev. I mean, I'm just shocked right now, just because, and we seeing the curses right now that, which the sister yesterday, I think Brittany read out.
Yo, yes.
We seeing it come and playing today right now.
Oh, yes. That's the whole plan right there. That's the curses. Everything that the scriptures say, he just pointed out. A little off because he don't understand we are the true Brits. But, and heirs, I don't want to say Brit, I want to say heirs to, and the beneficiaries to freedom and his beneficiary package, which is everything. So, this is just, we got to come to that understanding in which you are. And it's mind-blowing, correct?
Yes, it is. I was just trying to get the spiritual and the physical things and, put them all together. And I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, wow.
Yes.
It's like,
So it's not
like you said,
allegorical,
I don't think I'm doing
and
shaking
it's
my
not,
head.
and it's
Yeah,
not,
it's not.
it's not allegorical, and it's not. But yet, it's by law, and it's a natural order of things that they may our people, take it and make it some delusion when it's your history. It's a prophetic history, and it's a living will and testament.
Yes, it is. Wow, Kevin. Man, I'm just blown right now. I want to sit back and continue listening. I just had to call in and just, confirm that with just let you know, like, okay, I know I ain't going crazy here.
Yeah, no, you're not going crazy. You was crazy. You was in Wonderland when it came to spirituality and spiritual practice, and you are a godly man. So the Lord will want you to study law in this fashion. So your brain not in Wonderland.
Yeah, Kevin, I just see so many of our people, man, into this womb worship.
That's okay.
Man.
No, that's okay. I'm not worried about that. That's what I'm here for. One at a time.
Yeah, okay.
One for one. I ain't worried about it. As soon as they get a whiff of the air that's over here, what's this? They ain't gonna have no issue. That's all. People just don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My man, thank you for the call,
Gotcha.
champion.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Anytime, Kev. Appreciate
My
it.
man.
Or I should say, laying out what it was that the King of Great Britain and that federal government, the Fed,
The federal government. You hear it? But that's not the King of England. That's Britain. That's the church. That's the church.
would never have the power to infringe upon, because they knew that this king was so tyrannical, eventually he would enforce his authority into the state's territories.
That don't make sense. That's all about the church. I've taught you guys that's the church. That's 501. That's who run it all. So he's putting the blame on King George and his people and including the we in something he's not involved in.
General for the United States. The U.S. Constitution.
How he gonna block them and say, wait, those my people? Hold up. So he's saying, that's pretty much like saying God put you in captivity and made you a slave to what? Law and order. But I digress.
Constitution was drafted. Okay.
So he drafts all this. He drafts Bill of Rights, Constitution, and tells Rome, tell the artificial corporate, go back to law, the artificial intelligence with no soul, what? You can't own land over here. This is what they told the banking system. You can't, a banking system, a church by way of banking or none of that stuff can own land. This is theirs. These are the stipulations, because he kicked their ass. He kicked their ass. Whenever you got to bring the king out in Britain, and I don't give a fuck what landmass you on. He said no trafficking, no nothing. You see what happened when they got away from the king? What did they do? They trafficked the shit out of you. 1900, they just went on full stupid. It's facts.
And the U.S. Constitution outlined how the king's government was going to interact with the colonies in relation to international trade and commerce.
No, not how that government, how the bank, how the church, Rome, Pius, Caesar. Come on, no, let's not play. Let's not play. Let's not play these games. This is going too well.
Okay, and this thing was seen by Patrick Henry and the colonials as so tyrannical that they created the Bill of Rights, outlining, or I should say, laying out what it was that the King of Great Britain and that federal government, the Fed, would never have the power to infringe upon, because they knew that this king was so tyrannical, eventually he would enforce his authority into the state's territories and try to tell you what you couldn't say, what you couldn't write.
Are you crazy, man? You mean like now? Insane. You couldn't read, you couldn't write, you couldn't do nothing.
right? The freedom of the press, that you couldn't bear arms, you wouldn't have the right to defend your country.
That's
So those
what
things
happened
were
to black people after they took your guns, your gold, everything.
Outlined here in the Bill of Rights, and those are the things the king would never have the power to infringe upon, ever. It was done. It was the only thing that ratified the U.S. Constitution.
Bill of Rights, Magna Carta. Stop it. Stop it. Can we get a round of applause for Kev one time? I said Bill of Rights, Magna Carta, Constitution, disorganized Constitution, Magna Carta. You got everything but the Magna Carta. Press one. Bill of Rights right here. Right here. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad I got this. Yep. But you got to be able to catch them in the lie right there, right there. You got to know the why.
And they were not going to sign it. The colonials refused to sign it until these guys, the Fed, accepted this outline.
How the colonials refuse to sign something that you saying they drafted up, sir? No, the Fed can't do nothing until they sign. You not ever do nothing to these people ever again. Not the King of Britain. These people got ancestors that go all the way back to the beginning of time. Facts.
The reason that 1999 is an event horizon year is because in 1999 was the end of the third and final international bankruptcy for the United States.
1999 was the final bankruptcy of the United States.
And we were going to be surrendered back over to Great Britain because we couldn't
No, you were going to be released from the debt from the Pope.
afford to pay the debt to London and the Rothschilds and the 13th.
The Lloyds of London. Candace Owens. These your people.
banking families off.
These your people. Candace.
But that meant that the U.S. Constitution had come to an end. It was
Contract over.
over. It was the end of the third and final international bankruptcy, and the contract between us and Great Britain expired.
That was in 99.
And then they incorporated the United States
Then they incorporated
as a company. And they made the President of the United States the Chief Executive Officer.
Here it is.
And they made the representatives of Congress managers. And so when people come to Congress, they're taught very quickly that their constituents are not what it's all about. What it's all about is for them to get on the dole of the federal government, which is there to enslave the people who live in the United States.
Facts.
That's what that is.
So what does that mean the U.S. Constitution had come to an end? Well, it was the end of the third and final international bankruptcy for the United States. And with the end of the third and final international bankruptcy, the King of Great Britain had to vacate the position as Postmaster General.
No, the church vacates. The king been dead since way back there.
Due to international.
How the king? Hold up. So they running the game. They running the cold game. Listen to this crafty counsel. It's backwards, upside down, but you get the picture.
Banking law. And the trustee between us and Great Britain, or the bankruptcy, has always been the President of the United States. Well, if there's no more bankruptcy, then there's no more need for a trustee. The agreement with us and Great Britain is over.
No, your agreement with the church. That's why the Pope's letter to Obama makes more sense. The Britain thing was about the revolution. Why you keep bringing Britain up and it's about the revolution? That's because the Magna Carta is still in play because the land, everything is based off of here. Just go home. I mean, it comes to a point where there's not going to be any wiggle room left. You get what I'm saying? There's just like, it's almost like What have we been living in this whole time? What? But I digress.
So, no bankruptcy, no trustee.
So as the president is running as if he's king and he's distributing funds externally everywhere instead of the true beneficiary. If you've been doing that this whole time, what would you do? Protect a fucking lie? If you've been doing that this whole time, that means these people who you've been doing that to are so rich beyond measure. Almost like Saudis in Dubai some damn where. Like Saudi royal family almost. Beyond that. And you think about this whole time you've been leasing to even be here. Now how hard is that? You've been leasing. Now, we grow up thinking you rule over us because Christopher Columbus. But it seems you don't even know your own history. In
1999, there should not have been a presidential election held. The U.S. Congress should have been shut down. The Senate should have been shut down. Everybody should have been fired. And we should have held a new constitutional
Everybody should have been fired.
convention and resubstantiated the entire government from the ground up. And then
That's why somebody said that's why they did 9/11. They said it was a bunch of gold there. That's because they don't want to give it to you. They don't want to give it to the king. So they want to do something else to stop you because we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the trust.
never
We're gonna
told
get
the
to it.
American people about any of it. Now, with the end of the American Revolution, the United States didn't have a strategic metals contract in place. Okay, we weren't allowed to print and mint our own coinage, so we had to borrow it from these guys, from the Rothschilds and London City.
Oh.
Authorized by the Crown, because the Crown
Authorized by the crown, but that's not what you said. It can't be authorized by the crown unless the president is acting as the crown that's operating, like Theodore Roosevelt being. Wait a minute. What a predicament. Are you bouncing in and out of time immemorial, out of time, in time? Lord have, wait a minute.
has a strategic metals contract in place, and that's what we've been utilizing. In 1933, with the Great Depression, actually 1929, is when the beginning of the third and final international bankruptcy had started.
Had started? Okay, I thought you said that.
The end of the second had come to an end.
Oh, the end of the Second World War had come to an end. See the way he looked at that camera, let me turn away right now because, boy, if y'all didn't come with Kev Rowe this whole time, you wouldn't even see this coming. This is beautiful.
Because we were borrowing money from these guys over here, we're now in usury with this system.
Oh my God, outside of the jurisdiction of the king? So now you got him under usury. Oh my goodness, you guys. Borrowing money you don't need to buy things you don't have. Here they go again. You see why I told you? You got that woman got to be mentally able to understand and concept all the scribble scrabble. You cannot be with men who scribble scrabble on their face. You got to be with men who understands real scribble scrabble. Shout out to y'all. I'm kidding.
Okay. So that is how we're captured in usury with these guys over here. We're using their money. We're not allowed to make or create our own.
Why?
And as a matter of fact, we're borrowing it.
But why off our own land? How they're not even legally bound on
paying it back with interest in hard natural assets.
Natural assets, people.
Okay.
That's why it's called the king, the skull king, the rat king. Skulls. How many people have these people devoured?
All of this is going somewhere, okay? This is all going back to David Windmiller and Russell J. Gould and what they have done to the planet that everybody needs to be made aware of. But before we get into that, you have to understand what it was they ran headlong into that they had no idea was going on the planet, okay? That pretty much stopped what they were doing right in its tracks, and vice versa. Okay, so
All right, this is my best part here. Take them notebooks out. He got the Nazi sign. Get the books out. Press 1. That boy Kev ain't got to do no work. Boy, man, just get him up here. Lord have mercy.
this is where the banking warfare and the warfare against the United States really kicks off.
Okay.
Back in 1933, Roosevelt was in office.
Oh my God. Not Roosevelt.
And a Nazi coup, inspired and led by Gerald McGuire, backed by Prescott Bush, J.P. Morgan, Remington, and Goodyear.
Oh. Hold up.
Shame.
I told you.
Shame. Shame.
I told you. 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 Mm. Mm. I told you, I told you, I told you. I told you.
Were trying to get Roosevelt out of office. And
Oh my goodness, Roosevelt. Oh my.
what they did was they tried to elicit the help of General Smedley Butler of the United States Marine Corps in an effort to help them get Roosevelt out of office.
And what happened?
They figured that with Butler's influence over the American soldiers, that he could assemble 500,000 men and help them get Roosevelt out.
Let me warn you, and let me warn the nation against the smooth evasion
You talking about the New World Order, huh?
that says, of course we believe these things. We believe in Social Security.
Unbelievable. Hurry up.
These corporate heads, J.P. Morgan, Remington, Goodyear, and the others, were never indicted for this treasonous act. And so it continued on in the shadows. From there, it's been one long-range orchestrated event to get these guys into the White House.
Nazis. Told you. You thought I just made this stuff up? You thought I just made this up? Press 1. I'm gonna stop the video here. I know my troll like, no man, fuck this guy. I'm gonna stop the video here right now. Woo, I feel like a true professor. I used to get mad at that shit with my professor. No, I'm more than the movie, but woo, now I see why they do it. Press 1. Oh man, I bet you show up to class. I bet you I bet you don't want to be dumb. I bet you that part. No, but what I do want to do is, the plan is to discuss this for a second, is to get Nazis where? To the White House. As I've always said, Nazis taking over The whole in the damn G. Now, I can't believe how right I really am. And you got to understand, role playing, different roles being played and on the different people, but it's all to get you indebted to this constructed banking system. Are we clear? Are we clear? Cairo University, I raise scholars and thinkers here. I'm like Professor X from X-Men. Shout out to the people in my Cash App. If you like to support this, this nigga gonna hate this one. If you like to support my broad, let me look at the camera. Press 1. No, you gonna hate me. Press 1. Man. I'm gonna make you mad here. How you doing? Coffee and Kush TV. If you care about us YouTubers at the bottom, who should be at the top, if you want to help propel this podcast into greatness, cue the poor Somalian. Oh, we don't got that picture. Contribute to my page. My Cash App, my cash tag is Gills Gang. You know it's the right thing to do. I thank you. As my friend Dan Calloway would say, I humbly thank you for all of your support. You and me together can change the world. One thought is one pebble, but 100 pebbles is a lot of droplets in the pond. We humbly thank you. Hotep, Black Power, Shalom. For that. All right, look. Shout out to the people. My cash tag is Gills Gang. I appreciate every one of y'all that support this broadcast. Please troll. You know, do what you do. I love you too, brother. I love you too, brother. But I want to show y'all something. Oh, somebody contributed. Press 1. Somebody contributed. TC. Shalom. Wakanda. Press 1. Wakanda. Press 1. Shout out to my brother. I'm gonna do the shout out. Shout out to Dizzle, Wakanda, Niji. Press 1. Who else is in here? Wakanda. Kanisha C. White. She says, "For you are the truth." Taj. This show is for you guys. Wakanda. Press 1. I'll get us the Crypto City. With that music and my tears, we gonna get the Crypto City we always wanted. Art T. Bell, shout out to you. Katrina Stout, we love you too, Queen. Shout out to you. Wakanda forever. Whew. All right, look. I want to show y'all something because it dwells in this realm. Oh, I love these folk. It dwells in this realm, and we got to make sense of it. This is the most crucial information that you probably heard in a lifetime. So I really am humble. Dizzle cracking up. No, man, they want to play with me. They want to play with me for real, bro. Bro, I told you, bro, we was in welfare, bro. This is fun for me. Taking truth, my truth. What? On TV? On YouTube? YouTube is television. Stop. Press 1. This is like the new Urban History Channel. I'm like Joe Rogan, but the black hip-hop version. Press 1. You got to respect it, bro. Shout out to the family out there. You can't hate on this. So, So since we've been here studying this whole time, I have laid out a list of possible ways the Nazis overthrew you, the freemen and civilians of America. You are not people of the dead. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, you are not people of the dead. You are people of everlasting life if you choose so. You like Adam and Eve. You went after material things and went for the flashiness of Satan. You see? You can just get up, work hard, make good investments, hard work, dedication, like Floyd Mayweather say. In fact, I'm gonna have to send y'all a free copy. Press what? Of the Floyd Mayweather. This nigga got put. He better not. I'm gonna have to send one of you guys a copy of the Floyd Mayweather Mice. All work is easy work, nigga. You feel me? You gotta be dedicated to this, champion. All work is easy work, bro. You're gonna never give up, bro. A true champion, bro. A true champion. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. Okay, he was a little late. Let's get back to it. This is hilarious to me. That's all. Don't be offended. I just find it very hilarious because I know my enemies are just sitting here watching with their silly self. Not my enemies, but you know what I'm saying. These little trolls, they love to roll. So let's dive into something. I'm a press pause on that video, and we're about to dive into something that's so dope. Okay, that's all I can say is dope because it outlines everything we've been discussing, the whole ideological subversion of the Americas, and it's going to name all of the key players. All right, so I want to get this out the way. Coffee and Kush TV, Cairo University. You on the air? What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. What's up? I can hear you. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Hold on, my brother, because there's like two lines going on at one time. Hold on, I'm gonna call you right back.
I hope so, champion. I hope so. You better hurry up, because I only got a certain amount of time. You got until I finish this right here. Shout out to the people in my Cash App. I truly do appreciate y'all. I might have to do that more often. Make them really mad. I'm gonna just go through a fucking a sad song like Dane Calloway. Press one. I really get you guys now. I see why you do it. Press one. I mean, my support system just grew. Press one. I'm also get all you guys little tricks and gadgets. Shout out to Brenda. Brenda. I'm just playing. Shout out to Brenda. I've never seen you. Have I? Have I seen Brenda in this chat room? Shout out to you, Queen, for that very modest contribution to truth. I really like how I say how I'm changing my persona on this internet. No, I'm cool. I don't want to be beefing with y'all no more. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
What's going on, Kev? This is your boy Kennedy.
Oh my goodness, my man, in time immemorial. What's up, my friend?
Yeah, check this out. So everything that you're touching on is right. You know, this was a way to bring the Nazis into the White House. You know, and this all goes back into 1971 when Nixon took the gold off the standard. You know, when Nixon took the gold off the dollar bill. We're going to get to 1971 in a second. We know this, but that comes in time. Go ahead. So with that being said, when in that situation, when that happened, the dollar bill, the fiat currency we weren't backed by gold anymore. We were backed by something called a bond. What is a bond? A bond is nothing but an IOU. You know what I'm saying? If you gave me money and then you like, yo, here, Kennedy, here's $100, and I say, no problem, Kev. And you say, how you gonna pay me back? And I give you a piece of paper and I write my name on out there.
Right.
This is this is an IOU.
That's
This is
right.
how I'm paying you back. And in actuality, we
Usury.
always,
That's called usury. Just like he admitted. Go ahead.
usury, and it's called an eternal debt because we're actually just giving them a piece of paper with a writing, and there's no financial interest into this supply.
It's not backed by anything, is what you want to say. It's not backed by anything. That's what you really want to say. And it's all based off of the coupons and sale things that you see in the newspapers and propaganda at the time to encourage the stay-at-home mom to want more and get things on credit. That's why the feminist movement of pushing do without, do what you gonna do, is because it's really a play on women. Just like the Matrix say, the end of Matrix, he say is to keep her focused on material things. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're absolutely right because women are the spenders, and what happens is the money. Only way there's fluctuation in money is by the belief in the dollar bill. The more use of it, and women use the dollar bill more than anyone in history. But what happened now? That's the reason that see these Nazis when they the ones who created this governance. And this happened after the First World War. Hitler. He had his army infiltrate our government through scientists, and that's when they started the NASA project. They started funding a space project called NASA.
Sir, you don't call here. You bouncing around way too much all over the place, and we got somewhere to go. I'm not here to bounce around with you all around time frames with you, backward, forward, time forward, backwards, and we not even there yet. Chill out. Okay, family, check this out. This is Title 36, Patriotic Societies and Observances. What is it? Well, USC codes. United States, what code? 1997. Patriotic Societies and observances. Press 1. Now, at any time, say it, you can call in. Okay, this is directly. Shout out to Miss Lacey. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to Carlos Scott, TC, and Mrs. McCoy. Shout out to you, Queen. Shout out to all y'all for the continuous support and helping this program and the other programs that's along the way via Patreon and YouTube. Thank you guys for that. Title 36 though, we're gonna continue this show because that's just what's on my heart. Title 36, number 1. Now I believe this is the incorporated coups of the land and how they beat you on the paperwork rather than anything. So you haven't seen this in our community through the eyes of the way we need to see them at this point in time. But while we watching this show, check. You here because you here to get this right now. And this ain't nobody no luck. You didn't accidentally find me, but this your first time. This ain't no. That mean you just Kobe Bryant and you just stumbled upon the greatest information. The people that was here way before you thought they had the greatest information already. So did I. But it just keeps flowing, and we're going to flow with what I say God just wants us to pay attention to. Now, here's the kicker. At the university, we need to study every one of these. You see this? Now, look at that. Okay? Now, we're going to drop the ideological subversion really quick, not now, very soon, and that's going to be the beginning right there, because the curriculum is the what, and we're going to be studying 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 3B, so people can come on a Discord and work in groups or collectively or subparts and bring up things based on the curriculum they're studying at the time with what they're studying. So if you say, Kev, I'm doing Boy Scouts of America, and I want to do the history on Boy Scouts of America and include that in how they took over right there, then we'll create the Boy Scouts of America research room where you yourself, because you're dedicated to that. Press 1. I want to come on Discord. You're going to study one of these. Cavro University is about the ideological subversion. Are we clear? We're going to have fun. I'm right here every step of the way. Y'all know, I've already discussed this with y'all already. All of them freestyled the whole thing. Listen to me. Y'all sitting up there saying bars. I don't freestyle the whole thing. Okay? So I know all this. You ever seen the Book of Eli? When he got to the end and dude took the book and it wasn't even in the book, it was in his heart. Think of it like that. Now all you got to do is participate and ask questions as we go down the line. I promise you, in 6 months, we've been done finished this whole legal observation. And 6 months go by fast. It's free. It's whatever you want to contribute to the page. Patreon.com/KevGillsTV. I have great support. That's on my Patreon. We need more. We're going to study. And I'm here for it all. You might catch somebody like Sid. You might catch somebody like Brittany or this person or that person that knows are up at the time. I don't know your study time. All I know is when I wake up. You feel me? So I've been really strategizing how I really want to do this. And now that my focus is Cavro University, only at the time, this is what it is. See how it came into view and how we all can partake in it? You contributed to 6A, 8B, anything you like. So what we're going to do here is give a brief summary. Don't forget we got the other video on pause. We put that up. Oh boy, flipping out right now. Okay, this is chapter 1. American National Red Cross. Daughters, these are all the nations, the funding, where all your funding is going. Daughters of the American Revolution, American Historical Association, Sons of American Revolution, Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts of America, the American Legion, United States Spanish War Veterans, omitted, Marine Corps League, Billy and Wood Memorial Association, AM Vets, American Veterans of World War II, Korea and Vietnam. Press 1, these are all the people. Never mind. Grand Army of the Republic, omitted. Ladies of the Grand Army of the Republic, United States Blind Veterans of World War I, Disabled American Veterans, American War Mothers, Veterans of Foreign Affairs of the United States, American Battle Monuments Commission, the National Yeoman F, the Navy Club of the United States of America, the United National Observances, Patriotic Customs, Press 1, Civil Air Patrol, Reserve Officers Association, National Academy of the Sciences, Future Farmers of America, Military Chaplains Association, United States of America, American Society of International Law, United States of Olympic Committee, National Conference of State Societies, Washington, D.C. District of Columbia, Corridor Baton Memorial Commission, omitted. Okay, and I'm up at 19 here. Oh my goodness, I'm here. Okay, so you can already see this is you're nowhere in this. Okay, you're nowhere in this. Press 1. National Conference on Citizenship, National Safety Council, Pershing Hall Memorial Fund, Born for Memorial Education, Sons of the Union, Veterans of the Civil War, the Foundation of the Federal Bar Association, which is London, Press 1, National Fund for Medical Education, Legion of Valor and the United States of America Incorporated, that's right here, Press 1, National Music Council, Boys and Girl Clubs of America, Presidential Inauguration Ceremonies, Civil War Continental Commissions, omitted or repealed. Everything have to do with you is omitted. Veterans of World War I of the United States of America, Press 1, the Congressional Medal of Honor Society of the United States of America, Military Order of the Purple Heart of the United States of America, Blinded Veterans Association. Press 1, and you know what blinded is in law. Press 1, Big Brothers, Big Sister America, Jewish War Veterans, U.S.A. National Memorial Incorporated. Press 1, Blue Star Mothers of America, Agriculture Hall of Fame, National Women's Relief Corps. Press 1, Auxiliary. What? Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me get to a caller. This is Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air?
Hi, this is Alicia. First thing I'm thinking is these are all nonprofits, tax-free, plugged into the budget.
There you go. You're absolutely right. Thank you. So let's go down a bit. We got it all, right? Press 1. We got it all. All right, we're Dan Calloway. Dan Calloway over here like, dang, this dude. Listen, we got it all. We special. We love everybody. We got it all. I'll wait till y'all finish checking out them names and stuff like that. We looking for the man in the high castle, remember? All right. So let's just scroll. Okay, let's not go into it. This is just a brief introduction. Go over to patreon.com/KevGillsTV, Kev University. I told you it was almost ready to go. Okay, chapter 1, American Red Cross Corporation created. Press 1. Corporation created. You see that? This is the first one. Y'all saw Theodore Roosevelt Association? I told you. Daughters of Pearl Harbor. Everything is here. Okay, corporations created. American National, boom. Continuation of corporation. Name and powers of a corporation. Purpose, or everything in memorial, and just made up theater of war is corporation. So you got to know history. You got corporate history, or you got real natural history. I was 100% correct. Let's start off by giving Kev and his team another round of applause. That's facts, G. That's facts. Kev was right again. Right again. Red Cross. Now watch this. Let's read some names. We ain't gonna get them all, but look, Clara Barton, Hillary H. Herbert, Thomas Walsh, Charles C. Glover, J. Bell, Maribel Boardman, George Dewey. These are all the corporate. Look, William R. Day, Nelson A. Miles, J. Tanner, William K. Van. Let's see, bam. Woodrow or W, whatever that is. James R. Garfield. Hold up. William Howard Taft. Press 1. F.B. Lewis Samuel Mather. Press 1 of Ohio. They all going to jail. I don't give a damn if they dead. They're going to be convicted. Press 1. Everything is against the king. Everything. See? Active, boom, preamble. They got a preamble for everything that they do. Name change, department. They went from the Red Cross to the name change. Department of War designated Department of the Army, and title of Secretary of War changed to Secretary of the Army by Section 205A and Act of continue Department of the Army under administrative supervision and Secretary of the Army. Press 1. It's nothing more than a corporation.
Not like this.
I am Mr. Gillespie.
Not like this.
I told you. I told you what I told you. That's all I got to tell you is I told you. Name and powers of the corporation. This is all purposes of the corporation. The purpose of this corporation are and shall be first to furnish volunteer aid to the sick and wounded armed forces and what? Boom. Press 1. I told you, U.S. military, nothing but an occupying army by way of Red Cross. Go ahead, give me my flowers. Throw them virtually. Go ahead. I told you, they are guilty of your Holocaust. I told you, paper genocide. This is all against God's people in Scripture. And in this physical world, that's against George Washington. That's against the law, sir. I told you, Supreme Court. Nobody can tell you spiritual law and related to your law that you're standing on that's right before your eyes, but somebody that God is working with. Y'all gonna have to give me my flowers, G. That's all I'm saying. Look, Board of Governors. Look at this. Board of Governors. Here under those governors be elected. This is all corporate. Board of Governors, number of election. Look. Annual report. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It's a lot. Okay. All transfer functions, Federal Works Agency. This is all by way of District of Columbia. A permanent building, such and such, is all only by way of the District of Columbia. Donald Trump taught me a lot with this stuff. Exchange government-owned cotton for articles containing wool and all this other stuff. Daughters of the American Revolution. Sounds like the Confederacy, remember? Let's go. Elliott Campbell, all these different names and people who beget right to acquire, hold, and dispose of property, constitution, and bylaws, seal headquarters of principal office. Annual report, historical material. American Historical Association. So all this is here. Sons of the American Revolution. Trustees. First Million Charter. It's all chartered. Boy Scouts of America Corporation. Well, you should know that. But this is how the invasion happened. Legally, on paper. Do you see it? This is the legal, okay? And now you got to know, these ain't their names. These are the cover names. This is fraud. Every name on here is fraud. All stolen legacies. All of them. Oh, yes. I can tell now. I can tell. There's so many. It's all fraud. Every person represented in those pictures as those people right there after the coup, and they put up as those individuals are fake. They have to be. It's just the only way. Just keep going. Propaganda activities prohibited. Wait a minute. Cross-reference. Department of Veteran Affairs. What was this? This is actually... Let me go all the way to the bottom. Let me see something. Let's scroll upward. Let's get a hint at what's at the bottom, because I'm eager to see. I know there's just tons of names here. From Woodrow Wilson. I seen something yesterday that was just like, what? I just want you to know that everything that they're doing is by way of the Holy See. Business. These ain't your army. Your people don't sign up to a foreign occupancy. In real life. In real life. Unknowingly, that's what you've done. You signed up to a whole corporation. And you ask me, how can you get out? You tell me. Oh, Kev, all we got to do is sign up, man, and we'll be sovereign again. Press 1. you got to understand exactly what the beast system is. It's a whole corporate, soulless dragon beast. That's what it is. It's not even alive. Like they say, a corporation is not even alive. Doesn't have a soul, nothing. Theodore Roosevelt Association. These are all corporate ventures. Each president probably got one of these names. Got a corporation in their whole name. I remember we was looking for trust, and we was looking for this style of trust. CM, FR, all of these little names like that. (424-209-9506) if you want to have a conversation, now's the time. Just walking y'all through before I head out and continue to research these different corporations and begin the curriculum at Cairo University. And it's just going to be a blessing to watch how the picture comes together from the perspective of a lot more people working on it as a class. So you not as a university, so you'll see together, oh shit. It's one thing, but when you see it after thinking about so many different things, so complex, yet so simple, you're going to say, damn, this surely was tax exempt status, was crafty counsel. So all this was against the king. This is what you working against. This is what came against you after the king.
A few years later, Eisenhower comes into office.
Oh, remember Eisenhower? I told you, Eisenhower looked like who? Margaret Sanger. They can be brother and sister to me because they look too much alike. He can be cross-dressing. I don't give a damn what it is. Now look, speaking of that, y'all see the thumbnail? Press 1. Y'all see the thumbnail? Did I get them? Oh, I got their ass. Press 1. Oh, I'm trying to tell you, the American king and this woman, y'all, I don't got their ass. Press 1, 424-209-9506. Cairo University, you're on the air. What up?
What's up? It's Sid, G.
What up, Sid? I was just intriguing the audience to one of y'all called in. Talk to me.
Yo, this is crazy, right?
Go ahead.
So can we go over the preamble a little bit, though?
Yeah, of course, we can go over whatever you like. I'm about to ask a question in the chat room so they can further participate. You go right ahead, sir.
Let me ask you something though, real quick. So the Red Cross, like you said, they're responsible for the coup, right? The Wilmington.
That's what I proved. That's what I've proven. Yes.
So is the Red Cross actually, or is the federal government the Red Cross?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Good job, sir.
So
Yes,
they're
sir.
just using humanitarian as a way to, and they're starting up these wars. So look at this. So in the preamble it says, whereas on the 22nd of August, 1864, so that's right before Lincoln died, at Geneva, Switzerland, the Plentid, I don't know how to say that word, Plentid Tories, Plentid, whatever that is. You see it though? Plentid Tories.
What you talking about?
I don't know how to say the word. It's in the preamble.
Oh.
For the Red Cross.
Oh, okay. So let me.
It's like the first sentence. So it says.
So let me go back. The preamble is at the bottom or the top, right?
No,
Oh, okay, I see it.
It's at the top. Yeah.
Which word you looking for? Oh, okay.
So it says, whereas on the
22nd of August.
The 22nd of August, 1864.
1864 at Geneva, Switzerland.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A day after my birthday, 1864?
I don't know how to say that word, Gil.
Wait. Plenipotentiaries? Plenipotentiaries. Go ahead.
All right, so I got the definition for it, though.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead.
It's a person invested with full power to transact any business, usually an embassy or envoy to a foreign port. Furnished with full power to negotiate a treaty or to transact other businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's J.P. Morgan. That's
of course.
All the bankers.
Yes.
That's the bankers.
Exactly like I said.
They're representing these countries: Italy, Baden, Belgium, Denmark, Spain, Portugal, France, Prussia, and Saxony. These are all the countries that they represent in the Geneva Convention.
Yes.
So I went and looked up what a convention was.
Go ahead.
Watch this. Let me pull it back up.
I have a strong mind for this, champ.
Oh, this is crazy. This is like the most interesting. Okay, here we go. A convention from the 1828, Kev. It's a assembly. In this scene, the word includes any formal meeting or a collection of men for civil or ecclesiastical purposes, particularly assembled and delegates or representatives for consultation of important concerns, civil, political, or ecclesiastical. In Great Britain, convention is the name given to an extraordinary assembly of the estates of the realm, which held without the king's right, as assembly with which restored King Charles II to the throne, and that which declared the throne to be abdicated by King James II. In the United States, this name is given to the assembly of representatives which form a constitutional government or political association as the convention which formed the Constitution of the United States in 1787. So this right here, this is what do you call it? This is the Confederacy, but these are all the nations that were plotting against the king, which we already knew. But
yeah, that's what the guy was just saying, pretty much. So they came up against the king, against your king,
but like
James II.
But like you said, he's lying. He was lying for some parts of it, trying to pull who he represents out of blame, because he said he was one of the sons of the revolution. And we just saw that they're under the Red Cross. Yeah. They're in this. They're in this letter.
So it's all intertwined. The Red Cross is funded by Wall Street. Wall Street is actually Switzerland and France and all of these places. They're all funding J.P. Morgan and the president's over here as well.
Right. And they're having a convention or an assembly without the king.
Oh, that's crafty counsel.
Crafty counsel, bro.
Without the king or representation, that's like
it would be the
that's
king
like
is
without
not
Dame
even
Dash.
in the convention.
That's worse than
the
Dame
king
Dash.
is not even in the Geneva Convention.
Oh my goodness!
So that would mean they look at anybody from the Geneva Convention would look at the king as an enemy.
Yes.
So the Red Cross, which they gave themselves power through the preamble to have the right to help soldiers or any type of sick, famine, flooding. So they had like sovereign power.
Yes.
So that's how they were able to walk up on people and say, "Oh, you sick?
Yes.
And you couldn't run, you couldn't fight against them. They could just pull you right into the camp. Yes, sir. And they got they've given themselves all this power, bro.
They are the Nazis we see in the television.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't want to go too far.
No, take your time. Take your time. I'm enjoying this conversation. We got as long as we can go. As long as the people are awake and we listening and stuff, I'm good. I love every bit of this.
So it says that in order to be a member, you have to adhere to democratic principles of election as specified in the bylaws. So you have to be a Democrat. You have to push democracy to even be a part of the Red Cross. It says it right all in here. Reimbursement of the Department of Defense and auditing expenses. It says that the Red Cross annually shall reimburse the Department of Defense for auditing its account, and the sum so paid shall be covered in the Treasury of the United States as miscellaneous receipts. So they even hide the money. You can see how they changing dates all through here, back dating stuff. And only Congress has the right to repeal, alter, or amend this section.
So you can actually see the whole crime. So we've been just breaking down the whole charge.
This is the timeline.
This is the whole timeline, right?
This is the timeline. This is the whole timeline. The endowment fund of the Red Cross shall be kept and invested under the management and control of the board of 9 trustees who shall be elected from time to time by the board of governors under a regulation regarding terms and tenure of the office. So that's the Pope, bro, right?
Say it again. Oh, say it again.
The endowment fund of the American Red Cross should be kept and invested under the management and control of the board of 9 trustees who shall be elected from time to time under the such regulations regarding terms and tenure of office. The Pope would be somewhere in here, bro.
Why?
Because this is his army. This is the Pope's army.
You're right. That's Switzerland. So the Pope's army is the federal government, and it invades the kings and queens and the heirs. So the colonials who gained their heirship by way of King George, King James. You said King James II, correct?
Yes, sir.
King James is the brother of Jesus Christ.
Right. Because wasn't his brother Charles? And he was executed. And then King James took the throne. He was executed for like treason or something. Beheaded.
And beheaded, you said. Cut the head off the Negroes.
I had to quit reading this, bro. And then look at this American Legion thing. Have you heard? Have you looked into anything of the American Legion?
The class is we're going to all do this together. You, me, Rico, everybody. No, I haven't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready,
Take
bro.
your time.
I'm ready. I'm hyped up again.
Would you? You got an endless supply of hype that you're looking at. Okay, there's like 1,000,000 years of hype. You can't get.
Please tell.
But go ahead. You got the floor. Anything else you want to discuss, ma'am? You right here, bro. Go ahead.
I saw this. I was looking up the American Legion because we heard legions from the Bible. You know what I mean? They talk about a legion. So I looked up the American Legion, and they were just on the news 6 days ago for being in blackface. So the head of the American Legion, he was in blackface for Halloween. So they just putting all this stuff in our face, bro. They just teasing us.
You know, the Bible talks about the Legion.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in. I believe is. See, my brain, legion of demons. This is. I think it was in Luke, but I'll continue. I'll continue to do some research. It can be in Luke. It can be in Corinthians. I can, but it does talk about legion. Hold up. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day in trouble, and he knows those who take refuge in him. We are afflicted. I'm going to find it. Go ahead, champion.
They talk about on here too, bro, like where the seat for the Jewish seat of power. So, because they have their veterans memorial fund that comes out of here.
Where's the seat of power?
Washington, D.C.
It's
not even over there, bro.
I tell you, that's where the seat of death is.
Yes, sir. That's that's Capitol Hill. That's Capitoline Hill.
That's Capitoline Hill.
Yeah, bro. I'm ready to break. It's not even going to be hard for us to go through all of this.
Legion means a large group, or in another parliament, it means many in the Bible.
There we go.
It was used to refer to a group of demons, particularly those in 2 or 3 versions of exorcism and of the Greece demoniac account in the New Testament.
So that legion has an estate that they've been given.
They gave the legion an estate so hell can reign on earth.
Yes, sir. But they all have they can all be sued. I don't think the Red Cross individual, I don't know, I'm not going to say that. The
Red Cross is the federal government. That's the military. That's the military.
Because they've changed the name so that the Department of Defense,
that's the Department of Defense, that's the Pentagon.
Yes. And they substituted Secretary of Defense and Department of Defense for Secretary of War and Department of War. So they're using terms and titles interchangeably to just suck from the trust, bro.
Just do what? Say it again?
To suck from the trust, to give themselves funding.
From the trust.
Just based off of what would be like acts of war, bro, because they're supposed to be the relief. And if they had this convention in 1905, or they're all in an agreement, how did we get to the World War?
Oh my goodness! Now wait a minute. It say this in the Bible. Now I know you have fun right there in the material, because that's good. Because I'm going back into the spiritual real quick, into Scripture. Is that okay? Now watch this. This is Mark.
Yes,
this is Mark 5. It says, and they came over unto the other side of the sea, into a country of the Gadarenes, and when he came out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, nor not with chains. Oh, he was just a wild man. Wait, now is this? Okay. So it's talking about. Okay. So this is a wild man, and Jesus is trying to see what's wrong with him, I guess, and he asks, "What?" This is verse 9. What is thy name? And answer, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. Okay, I got you. So go ahead.
And that's the legion that was cast out into the swine, right?
That was cast out into the pig, right? And the pig did what?
What did he do?
He jumped into the sea.
Jumped into the sea. He sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm speechless, bro. Speechless.
They went into maritime. They came out of law and they ran straight back into maritime. That's what it'll look like. They ran back into the Pope. They ran back into where they come from. Because he pulled that unclean spirit out that man. That man probably had a whole unclean thought process inside of him. He was probably thinking he went crazy in his brain. He's dementia. Hold up. He crazy. So what's wrong with him is he's infected with Wonderland asylum activity, and this man needs the law. And however he did it, he pulled it right out of him. And it ran, and please don't jump right in the seat, or however you want to look at that, call me and let me know. Go ahead, Sid.
Yeah, bro, I'm speechless, bro, because this is it. I don't even know how to describe it.
Speechless. Shit.
Yeah, bro.
What else could you say? United States Capitol Historical Society, paralyzed veterans, audits of federally chartered corporations. Wow.
And it just gives them the right to be.
So the federally chartered corporation, that's you. You the straw man. That's a straw man. You born into bondage right there. And give them direct jurisdiction, and they're funding it. So that's crazy.
Yes, sir. So back to what I was trying to ask you before.
Anything you like, sir.
So if they went into the Geneva Convention and they're all as one, how? Well, I know how. They had to break the treaty that they had with the Geneva Convention to even go to war, and that's with the shooting. The guy Princess, remember that from the Kingsman?
What you mean? When they started shooting, they had to break the treaty?
Remember he shot the guy. Remember he was dressed in the French garbs, like the hat and all of that. And he was riding in the carriage, and they shot him. Because the guy was the boy's name was Princess, and he was the one that went and shot like a czar or one of the kings or something like that. Okay. And that's what triggered the whole war. But it was a staged event because the movie showed that they had all orchestrated this to bring King George into war.
To bring him into war, yes. And then his firstborn got sick, which gave the power over to the Catholic Church, or the Romanov. Tell me I'm lying.
Right, because that would be the Dark Pope, and his army would
Come on. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why he went to him.
And what did the Pope say? You got to give me all this for the sake of your firstborn son. Because he was sick, and that gave them Red Cross. Yep, signed the deeds, gave him power over the sick son, and the Red Cross was on. Red Cross was on. Facts.
And even with that, like it said, it was said 1864. Because I saw something that was like 1830 something, and I'm thinking like, is that how they did the Indian Removal Act?
The what?
The Indian Removal Act. Is that how they started removing people from the colonies and pushing them westward? It was the Red Cross.
It was the Red Cross. Yeah, yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, it ain't got nothing to do with Indians and this long trail. This is the Indian Removal Act. Get them up out of here.
It was the reclassification.
Relocation, reclassification, internment camps away from here. You better go somewhere. Union is here. They broke the treaty. Gain control. Oh, I know it was so hard back then. They had no idea.
We couldn't have.
Oh, well, anything else, just let me know. I'm here. Anything you see.
I'll call back, bro.
Yeah, just call me back. You got access anytime you like. You, Rico, all of our good brothers. Thank you, champion. My man. So check it. Let's finish listening to this situation so you guys can understand a lot better. Now you can see this video. Now you begin to understand this video a lot better. Now that you know these were the corporations at the time, I've given you the presidential history of the Nazis. I just told you Roosevelt, Eisenhower, that would make all of these guys Nazis. Now check this out. I'm not the only one who said this. This guy, Robert, came with the same conclusion.
And under his watch, the CIA gets set up. And Eisenhower then gave a masterful speech on a conspiracy that he was worried about. And he told the American people, keep an eye on the military-industrial complex.
No, he said take an eye out on himself.
Because he saw it as extremely dangerous.
Throughout America's adventure in free government, our basic purposes have been to keep the peace, to foster progress in human achievement, and to enhance liberty, dignity, and integrity among peoples and among nations. To strive for less would be unworthy of a free and religious people. Progress toward these noble goals is persistently threatened by the conflict now engulfing the world. It commands our whole attention, absorbs our very beings. We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method. Unhappily, the danger it poses promises to be of indefinite duration.
Oh, my goodness.
Under Eisenhower's watch, the Five-Star Trust was set up by the CIA. The Five-Star Trust...
The Five-Star Trust was set up by somebody. The Five-Star Trust. Okay? Five-Star Trust.
Consisted of 5 top men, those being George Bush Sr., Richard Armitage, General Edward Lansdale, William Colby, and General Robert L. Ferreira. Those were the 5 guys that ran the Five-Star Trust for the CIA. Now what the Five-Star Trust was, their objective was to set up the largest drug and money laundering system the world had ever seen.
You see? I told you. How you think they put all the drugs in the U.S. Treasury Department? Now you beginning to understand. I love it.
And it was called Operation Studebaker and
Operation Studebaker. Now we're talking drugs. Y'all hear me? 91, 94 crime bill. Okay, this was all orchestrated to get you into prison before they have to pay you for the land that they've been using. Before the awakening. Oh no, not your little stupid third eye awakening. Oh no, my friend. This awakening is ordained by the Father himself. Family. But a lot of us don't believe in God. So you will continue, you will go right into the pits of hell to see, right there, right with the beast and the woman that sits. We're going to get to it.
Operation Clean Room, which was the money laundering systems into the operation. And that was ran out of Kentucky by Marion Horn. A gentleman named Marion Horn. The main objective of this operation was to create money for the CIA so they wouldn't have to go and ask Congress for money.
See? So you became a drug addict by way of the CIA and them planting this. And let's go back to Eisenhower. Do you understand? Press 1. This what happened to you been a project this whole time. They murdered, they genocide your whole family. Genocide. You're not paying attention to the war because you're entertained and you raised in the street doing things. You ain't been paying attention. I'm helping you see this was an orchestrated hit. This is why you crazy.
Doing so might divulge plans the CIA had going on. So they developed the largest drug and money laundering system the world has ever seen. The objective of which was to set up a drug running operation and then put all the money into a conglomeration of banks set up by the Rothschilds and the 13 banking families known as the Five Star Trust.
Okay, so anybody y'all know that star? Okay. All right then. All right then.
That is Lucifer's Sustainable Development Fund.
Uh-huh. So, have y'all ever saw this sign before with the fives and the stars and all of these things? Okay. Alrighty. Kev Rowe, just remember I told you who you serve. I told you, just remember. I told you who you serve. You can't serve two masters.
Okay, that's Lucifer's piggy bank. I'm just going to say it.
That's right.
So, once this all got set up...
That's what? Lucifer's what? Piggy bank. Sent the spirit into the sea. Lucifer is that beast that over there where the seat is. That's the power hold, is that church over there. Okay? And that's his piggy bank. The piggies is in the sea. You see? That's his piggy bank. Remember the pigs, right?
Kennedy came into office. And Kennedy warned us of a massive conspiracy that scared him so bad, he created U.S. Special Forces.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections.
On what? Subversion instead of subversion. And what am I going to be teaching you? The ideological subversion of the colonial Americans and how you became a black white supremacist.
On intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations.
Now that's everything I just read off to you. Me said, we went down the list. All that is included. You don't have a chance. They didn't have a chance. Our forefathers didn't have a chance from Kennedy. If you are a European, Irish American, or somebody who believed in the ideals of Robert F. Kennedy and John F. Kennedy and such, they didn't have the internet back then to know exactly what he was talking about other than the words of military and secrecy and hitting and all that. We got a chance to be able to tell our forefathers' stories correctly. And we can't say rest in peace without them resting. You see?
Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined.
The mistakes are buried and not headlined. Okay? I'm showing you. I'm showing you what's buried. Huh? Don't tell me ain't no good white man out there. He's a good white man because that makes perfect sense now. Press 1. John F. Kennedy's a good white man. Press 1. Because that makes perfect sense right now. Family, you can't. There's no way you can hear those words and not feel what he just said in 2022. You feel me? If you don't feel that, you are soulless, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with color. It got something to do with truth, bro.
Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
And he began working for the people to try to get the Federal Reserve out of
The
here.
white people love JFK like you love Tupac, Nipsey, and Biggie Smalls. You hear me? That ain't because of nothing. They know they forefathers before that was pieces of the shit. And to see such a person care and have that type of drive from that side can't be overlooked by Afro-Americans that say everybody just racist and all. No, you got to understand, we were all like, looking, what the hell? Only a certain amount of people who know a little bit of something can make it up to a White House and have the authority to change a little bit at that level. And you remember, this man had his whole family wiped out.
And get us back on a silver standard.
And that is, we can have honest, solid currency, like what President Kennedy was doing.
The silver standard. Remember Alice in Wonderland? A Wizard of Oz. Not the ruby shoes. Before it was the ruby shoes, it was the silver shoes.
10 days before he was assassinated.
Unfortunately, John F. Kennedy was murdered for his efforts. Eventually, George Bush Sr. becomes head of the CIA. And Reagan takes office.
No.
And sees.
No, wait a minute, sir. That happened later. I think Lyndon B. Johnson became the president after that. I can be wrong, but somebody fact check me.
This whole thing going on and warns the American people about it. He made several speeches warning the American people about the same thing Eisenhower and John F. Kennedy did.
Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk.
The DARE program, surrender right now.
Risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement.
Why you think the biggest drug policies ever came was by Reagan? There was drug dealing. Black folk had no idea.
And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time...
These motherfuckers are destructive. I'll stop this shit. Hold up. That's too much death. Y'all's assholes. Press one. It's a hell of a speech with this type of activity going on. This is boom, 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 boom. Lord have mercy. This is what biblical scripture was talking about. Like, y'all lost y'all way.
We will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically.
This is how they sell that shit on commercials, and then you go vote Republican or Democrat.
He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better red than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of it. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is...
Sir, ooh, these speeches get racist, more racist every time I hear. Like, what did he say? Let me get back to it. Let me accept a call real quick. Coffee and Kush TV, Cavro University on the air. What up?
Good morning, King Cav. This is Ishmael Holloway.
No,
calling in.
Afternoon.
In, sir.
What's up, Mr. Holloway? What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, sir. This thing with Kennedy, you know, I did a little reading up on him and stuff back in the early days, and it always puzzled me why take out Kennedy. Like you said, Kennedy was a good one, and that's why he got the name of a nigger lover. And remember, the one who they said that killed him was Lee Harvey Oswald, and what they try to say was a Russian op.
Yeah.
But it was more than that. The CIA was behind it. The Secret Service was behind it.
Yes.
Because you had people behind the fence where shotgun blast came off. When you slow the film down, you could see that blew his ear off. A shot came from the back, hit him in the back of the head.
I got you. I don't have time to go over the different shots. I'm talking about the Nazis taking over. I got you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay. But all right. Yes. All right. But about that question from yesterday too. I'm sorry, came up, but I believe from what you've been teaching and what I've known from history, the Jewish people over there set up this credit system we running off. I believe they have our goal, and they set up this system that's running our Social Security and birth certificate on the stock market also, and keeping an eye on it. I text you over this link on your phone, and I'm not going to say nothing about it. It's under my name. You'll see it. But this link here, King, I put my social in it, right? And it came up 40,300 and something people that's using my Social Security number. God is my witness. That's what happened. It's under your thing. Check it out. And I'm not going to.
They're probably using everybody's multiple Social Security numbers over and over and over and over again. That's as I say. But yes, sir. What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yep. So I just wanted to bring that, and then about the conspiracy with the drugs. We was right on that with Ronald Reagan and them. Each president follow that same suit of pushing the drugs into the black community and everything else. Like I said, the fentanyl, the heroin, the cocaine, Reagan did that, and also the weapons. So it's still going on now, and we have to wake up, and we have to, listen to what you're saying and get close to God and break down the Bible and understand. King Gillespie is speaking the truth, and he's going to get up outside of this. He is the chosen one. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, he laugh and joke, but
what you say? Y'all falling victim to his laughter and his character, not listening to what Kev is saying. He really is on another level. That's right.
Exactly, and you got scholars that's sneaking and listening.
I love them too. They supposed to. They supposed to. I expect that when they come from the shadows, it'll be more appreciated.
Yes, because we need to spread this word even more and more.
You got it.
And listen to them, y'all. Listen to them. Get them books. You know what he's talking about.
You see, I got a book for every topic. It just happened, just out of nowhere. Just you talking about?
Yes,
Thank you for the call.
Hey, look, that library getting big. King.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fill it up. Thank you, champion.
Yes, sir.
My man, I love my people, babe.
Or better read than dead. Or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war. Because those voices don't speak for the rest of it. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery.
Oh my goodness, if you heard that.
If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs?
Oh my goodness.
Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shoppers around the world?
Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
What's happening, Kevin?
Enjoying the show. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man.
Now, wait a minute. Take your phone off a speaker. You not going no further.
Yeah. It's our speaker. Sir. It's mind over matter. You know what I'm saying? Long time no talk, homie. Yeah, Kevin. So, look, this is what I want to talk about.
Mind over matter? What you mean, long time no see? I know you?
Nah, you don't. But anyway, so you talk about this Jewish situation.
I don't like your energy.
The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material complications. In great forces around the moon and the world, we learn their spirits, not enemies. He said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Oh my God, I told you. You know what 1,000 years of darkness? That's 1,000 years of darkness is going to hell. They fight in hell. That's what America's doing because they're legion. They going to war with God so they don't have to go to hell. They're going to war with God so they don't have to go to hell. 1,000 years. They're going to war with God so they don't have to go to hell. That's why Apocalypse said you can fire all these missiles, but you cannot stop the coming. That's cold shit. They are trying to stop the 1,000 years of darkness. You know what darkness is? That's black. Because they will go into the same servitude that they put you in. Darkness. Black. They don't go into the lights out, black servant. You know how the Hebrew Israelites say, they're going to become slaves like us? Whatever the slave is, that if it's a federal work, if it's here by way of work, non-citizenship until you pay off that debt 3 worlds over that you just, it's going to take you 1,000 years to work this off. Told you they owe you world on top of world on top of world. It's going to take 1,000 years. And then my Father is going to release your people to breathe a little bit. And then you go back into captivity because you probably owe that much. That's how much you've done. Coffee and Kush TV, Cairo University. You on the air. What up?
What's up, man? What I was saying was about the Jewish and the Hitler situation. Now, how is the Jewish situation, the Holocaust, different than slavery?
You don't go to this university, so you got to go back to the few classes. You got to go back and study. You got to watch my show from yesterday, the day before, the day before. You're asking questions we already solved, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know, but it's no difference between slavery.
Sir, go over there and take a walk.
He was talking about Christianity and how if we ever became an atheistic country or a socialistic dictatorship under an atheistic regime,
it's exactly what you're under.
the United States would go down. So he tried to do everything in his power he could to stop what was going on. And George Bush Sr. tried 5 times to assassinate Kennedy. That's all been declassified. Sometime after that, George Bush Sr. becomes president of the United States. Now, this was a long-range warfare objective to get here, and they finally got there.
So all the Republicans that voted for Bush and all this other stuff, these are Nazis. This is all a continuation of the same thing.
The money laundering system was all set up. They were going to then empower the United Nations to institute a global tax on everyone.
So that's your Israel. They did all this drug running for the UN to institute a global tax. United Nations is in New York. They don't attach themselves to you, and you ain't even realize it.
At this particular juncture, by then, there is $230 million quadrillion dollars in the Sustainable Development Fund. There is $230 million quadrillion dollars in the Sustainable Development Fund. There is $230 million quadrillion dollars in the Sustainable. There is $230 million quadrillion dollars in the Sustainable Development Fund. There is $230 million quadrillion dollars in the Sustainable Development Fund.
So to the gentleman who says, Mr. Kevin, I like what you're doing. I would like to give you some silver. Press 1. To you, brother. Bro, your silver is not enough. To the brother who say, Kev, I love what you're doing. That's equivalent to Pharisees offering 30 shekels of what? For what? I can't buy nothing with that. What I'm after is bigger than your brain can even fathom. You see, you want reparations from. You want $20,000. That's what you want. I don't want $20,000. That's not even what I'm thinking about. You couldn't even fathom the trust I'm talking about, which is set up after the founding father. This is King George's whole beneficiary package at Inland. This is the biggest trust ever divided. Yours, mine. So, you think I'm asking for reparations or? My mind frame is bigger than yours could ever want, bro. So you can't offer me nothing. I want was mine. That's it. I don't want nothing that you can offer. There's nothing that you don't have enough. Spirit, mental, nothing. Money, not enough. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
How you doing, Kev? This is Marcus again, man. Enjoying the show.
Thank you, Chuck.
I just wanted to, you're welcome, help the audience realize that, the 1,000-year reign is real that President Reagan was talking about. He was talking about something scriptural, and it's here cited in I know it's Revelations. Let me see what chapter. Revelations, I think 19. Is it the 1920? And can I read that for you?
Of course.
And it says, I saw an angel coming out of heaven with the keys of the abyss and a great chain in his hand. He seized the dragon, the original serpent, the one who is devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. And he hurled him into the abyss and shut it and sealed it over him, so he will not mislead the nations anymore until the 1,000 years ended. After this, he must be released for a little while.
He put him under the abyss. There's a movie back in the day called The Abyss.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing a documentary on TV about this one guy in a submarine. He went to the bottom of the ocean and he found another layer of water. Yeah, water that he said he couldn't penetrate it. He said he tried to get the submarine in it, but it kept bouncing off of it.
Bounce right off of it. It's actually the reverse of the water. It's what's sealing him there.
Oh, yeah. The scripture also talks about the waters of the great deep.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that, he could be bound in that.
Yeah. But the good thing is the seed, the religious structure of those who worship the seed, and the power hold of this dead corporation is all attached to this Satan that Scripture talks of.
Oh, yeah. And also, too, going back to the pigs that Jesus took out of the legion and put into the pigs. You remember?
Yes.
Those demons told Jesus, are you here to cast us out before the appointed time? That's one thing that they were asked. They were afraid of that.
They thought it was the end.
Yes. Yes, they were. And he asked Jesus, "Will put us in the swine." And that's when Jesus put them in the swine, and they jumped over into the sea. So, even, these ones that's doing everything, they know the Bible, they know the scriptures, they know that, God is real. So, just, to help encourage everybody, we got to get to know God. That is the best and only way that we're going to get out of this. We got to. All right, Kev, I sure do appreciate it, man. I just want to get that out, man, hit the class out.
Thank you, champion. My man. Love that. So it's important that people realize it's deeper than some old entertainment or some rap shit. No. History is showing you they took the trust, developed an antitrust where they can pinch information by making you a criminal by way of 13th and 14th Amendment, removing you off the land. By deeming you civilly dead, making you a criminal, and the 13th Amendment say you a slave. You can be a slave if you ever a criminal. That's on the voting booth right now as we speak. Slavery in penitentiaries, and people don't even know what the hell is going on in the world because you are in wonderland. That's why.
That these guys are using as a black ops shadow government bank account. If they install a global tax on everyone in the world, how much bigger is this bank account going to get? At this point, the CIA was just going to be used to continue to go in and soften other countries up in a New World Order effort that was being launched out of the White House.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
See? It's all about humanitarianism.
The long-range objective. Now, this was all heading for the Event Horizon year of 1999. That's where this is all going. This is an Event Horizon year for the country and for the globe. Because once George Bush Sr. got in to be President of the United States, he saw the end of the third and final international bankruptcy coming, and he knew that the U.S. Constitution would dissolve, and the
end of the Constitution. And what happens at the end of the Constitution? The heir, the king, takes over. You see? It's contract. Remember the covenant.
Between us and Great Britain
told you
be dissolved at that point.
Wait a minute, I thought y'all defeated. Why y'all worried about Great Britain? No, the Great Britain aspect is the land, the Jubilee, where this is the law of redemption, where the heir comes down, press 1, proves to the world. We'll get to it.
Gone. The U.S. Constitution was going to be gone.
It is gone. It's none and void. Remember I told you, the Pope, it's all contract. It's not even real.
So he went back to the crown, told his cousins what was going on, and they knighted him. The plan was to resubstantiate the U.S. Constitution so the king could still continue to oversee the international affairs in relation to shipping and commerce in the United States, and the New World Order would be launched out of Washington, D.C., and like I said, a global tax would be instituted by the United Nations, and their plans would be fulfilled.
Told you. Manifest destiny.
But before they can do that, they have to bring all the banks in under one banking system.
Didn't they do that? Told you, before they can do it, they had to bring them all under one banking system. That goes back to J.P. Morgan and these boys who did it to you first. So every time they have to ratify and reconstruct the same thing because of the bankruptcy that comes with it. It's already happening.
Rothschild's banking system. So the next objective, the Middle East. They got to go into the Middle East and get the oil. Why? Because there's only 9 banks left in the world that are not ran by the Rothschilds, 7 of which are in the Middle East. So if they go in and steal the oil, then the banks have nothing to create a banking system off of. They collapse, and then they got to borrow money from here.
The trust, which is, got to talk to who? Got to convince who? The people that sleep. So that's why you get more entertainment and more deaths and more this one to distract you
real simple.
From the money grab.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and attitude that somehow we could intervene and use force in the region.
After that, they got to go after Chavez in Venezuela. That's the last vestige. Then their plans really will be complete. However, in 1999, their plans were foiled.
Okay, so what's this? All right, let's go back here. Let's see who's calling in. Let's go here, because this is really, I'm going to drop this video on my Patreon so people can get it and enjoy it. That's why I'm kind of skipping through, because, you're going to have to sign up, man. Take advantage. Come get it. The whole thing.
All they needed was the right time and place.
And you're going to study. All right? You're going to study on your own, come to class, ready to go, like said. You feel me?
Terrorists, and terrorism itself is a fraud. You cannot have a war where there is no enemy. You don't have an enemy.
See? The war on drugs.
Show me the enemy. There is no enemy. The enemies are, or the enemy is, anyone who does not go along with their new world order effort. That's who they're targeting, and that's who their terrorists are. This is a very simple warfare effort to follow. This entire soap opera is very easy to follow. The next thing they want are your guns, and they're going to come hard for them. They're going to come hard for guns here in America. That is the one thing that is stopping them from taking absolute, total, tactical command and control of this nation. And if they ever come for your guns, that is when you will have surrendered everything. They've already attacked your freedom of...
Sir, the guns ain't got nothing to do with the Magna Carta and the kingship. The gun is just a right to bear arms. That doesn't mean they take nothing or nothing. It's like the fear that this army is gonna take everything, but you're conforming over to it at the same time. The only thing you're doing is crying about it. Okay, so there's just more fear. The real thing is understanding that this is a sovereign kingdom and not a democracy.
Your right to choose.
And everybody who believes this is a democracy is a foreign operative of communistic, socialistic, fascist ideologies. In fact.
Freedom of speech, your freedom of the press, and now they're onto the Second Amendment. They are coming for our guns, but they will not get them. Anyone signing on to that kind of legislation, Nancy Pelosi being number one, wants to surrender your borders, take your weapons, force you to buy health care. These are your new world order extremists, okay? These guys
no, sir. Shut the fuck up. Y'all all been playing this damn same
all
game.
Working for Lucifer. They want a one world global dictator at the top. Who is it? It's Lucifer. We all know it. Biblical prophecy.
Oh.
Now, prior to 1999, there were two gentlemen who were working to get themselves out of the Masonic global government system that we've all been enslaved to through the birth certificate system. Those two men were Russell J. Gould and we resubscribed.
Okay. So, understanding now, I'm going to post this video up so y'all can get further into detail. And I'm going to do some more research on all of the different things dealing with Article 26, Article 36. You can do research on your own as well. You feel me? We've been on the air 3 hours exactly in 8 minutes. And I want to take a break. And it's a lot of information. But you see where we're going with it. You're dealing with individuals who may have... Somebody said that's not... what's his name? The man in the high castle? Shit if it's not. Shit if it's not the same individual. They've been cross-dressing. What makes that not the same individual? What makes you say that's not the same? That's the same goddamn person. Fuck is you talking about? The buck is you talking about? He's the king over here. I did a show where where is this? I did a show where I put him as the king of High Castle, and she was the queen of the High Castle. But the funny thing is, I was paying attention to this simple fact that he is the exact. I believe all these people got body doubles and wearing prosthetic makeup and all type of shit anyway. But he is the exact role of the stock market that the queen is in power of. He's the speculator. He's everything. And check this out. When Jay-Z met up with him, what did Jay-Z say? Magna Carta. They eat with Buffett. Warren Buffett. Well, the Queen of England got the Magna Carta. Warren Buffett is American. Unless you understand black and white, what's up and down, Baphomet or some shit where press one. So it depends on your perception. It's going to depend on what you see. If you think that no way, shape, or form, that's your brain. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm telling you, when I look at him, I see her. Maybe because my perception of the grand painting is a lot more vivid. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air? What up?
What's up, there, bro? This Rico. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. What up, Rico?
Man, what's going on? Oh, man, I'm glad you brought back up hot. Is that Winston Churchill? That could be the what's the guy name that you got on the screen right now?
Warren Buffett.
You say, what's the name? Warren Buffett?
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, look, let me take out my headphones. The reason why I wanted to call in is because I was searching the divine right of King James, what he was speaking about, what we understand, what God introduced when he did start giving us kings was it came through divine right. And what the Pope was doing and why it's important about how he's showing this, it was because Shakespeare wrote something right there in King James time, and he was speaking on how a commander general about his wife ended up acting as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Now, the king of this so-called queen died and vacated, or the father, which I said, man, that looked more like Warren Buffett, very young, very stylish, very cool, whatever. But now that I'm looking at this situation, it's just like they're just can be playing roles, and cross-dressing roles is a high probability.
That's what messed me up about the W.B. Du Bois. When I say, wow, W.B. Du Bois looked too Persian, too behind that little makeup or whatever he could have on. He looking too
right.
It could just be him in a different. But I'm definitely saying that Shakespeare had already wrote in the time how somebody could cut off the throne, and what happened was, like I say, she was the husband of a military man that was under the king, and he ended up killing the king. I can say it's a Shakespearean story, but Shakespeare believed in what King James believed in, which was the divine right. And what this woman was driven with, she wanted to be a queen. So she was driven, like, again, the Eve story, wanting too much, you know what I'm saying? So she wanted the queenship. So her dressing up as a man, getting her husband to, I guess, go against the king, he ended up killing the king. And after they killed the king, they couldn't stop killing. And that's what the end of the story. They just had to keep covering up the lie, what you showing them. So I brought that up to say that as I was studying, when it came to right there when King James was even bringing up the divine hereditary right, that the kingdomship passes through hereditary right, and we shouldn't be up under the Pope, is what really he's saying. He's saying we've broken away from the Pope pretty much. We're trying to reform, and that kingdomship shouldn't be. And I appreciate what they said, Connor and Brittany, but Ted brought up the electors. And why this is important is because the electors are against the hereditary right. So if you have electors, they can elect somebody that maybe could be of the royal family, or once the royal family is out of there, we get to the U.S. American election where we know we got corporate status. You know what I'm saying? That's just in hindsight where it got to. But before that, it was like they would elect maybe whoever they was electing, whether it could have been Queen Mary, how they killed King James II, and then abdicated the throne. Well, they were really what's what I'm looking for? They were elected instead of by hereditary right, and so that's how they came into the throne after King James II died and King James I was killed before him. So, like I say, King James I was explaining through what we understand what comes through with Jesus and understanding through King David, of course King Solomon, the first king, but it was all through God's choosing of a king. He was like, even if the king isn't right, God chooses the king over Israel. Now, I ain't going to say for all other nations, but for what we know to be true from biblical scriptures, God does choose the king. And then if the king has a son or daughter and he's not right as the father.
Okay, you're right. You're right about that. Go ahead.
And and that's why I want to say that in hindsight, that's what a whole Pope and the stuff of that nature would be showing that the Pope, the Nazi Germans, which are the communist, Marxist, socialists, which are the Catholic, Roman, whoever they want to be, they are together. They won their allegiance. You know what I'm saying? So you're showing us that, and you're showing at the same time of how they crept in to cut us off from divine right. You know what I'm saying? First of all, by us partaking, I believe, in again coming into the thought process of electors and not understanding that we have divine right. That our monarch would have been of divine right. So again, you that person who's coming through the blood lineage, they would be divine right. We're not going to just elect you. It's going to be by right, by blood. You know what I'm saying? So you chosen, and I appreciate.
So you're saying it's not an election; it's a heirs by way of descent.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir. And that's been what it's been since Saul been raised up, right? And that's how God did it. Because once Saul chose to prove himself being bad, God said, "I'm going to raise y'all up another one. Y'all don't elect who I'm going to bring." Because first of all, what happened was we rose up a judge because we asked for judges, and then we said, "Oh God, we see a king. They got a king. We don't want you to be king over us no more, God. We want a king, a temporary king."
That's what the Barabbas man was all about. The murderer.
Come on.
And they chose the murderer.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
Come on. And that's why it's like, too, that's why he said, I raised it up. So just like I said again, because once we did get to why we chose Barbara, it was because God let us choose everything we've been choosing up until this point, Kev. So I really believe even if we do get a king, my fault, let me put this down. In our heart of hearts, I know men like you, we really want to say, God, we really want you to have the kingdomship over everything. So however run it, we want to make sure that you at the helm. So I know you believe that in your heart of hearts too. And so that's why I say that I looked up George in the 1828 dictionary, right?
So you say I'm after something greater than what people can see.
Man, but then what they can even imagine, bro. Because when you realize, like, hold on, God, we got to this position because we didn't.
Go ahead, man.
Once you brought us out of Egypt, we said, God, we don't want you in the clouds no more. We can't wait on Moses. We just need other people here for us, man. We got some righteous people. We got you protecting us in our kind of way. We don't want that. We just want.
We want to worship the Papa Bowl and the golden calf.
Yeah, we want to worship. We want to go kiss the ring of the Pope, man.
St. Peter.
So
we want to kiss St. Peter's ring.
And that's why I say when you look up George in the 1828 dictionary, it says George was he said is on horseback, symbolizing him riding on the garter. Hold on, let me bring it.
Wait a minute. What you saying?
Hold on, because I want to bring this right in. Okay, hold on, because I'm going to go to the garter. Okay, George, a figure of St. George on horseback, which I think you showed in the Amber Room, and which we seeing all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Worn by Knights of the Garter. Now let me go to the Knights of the Garter, or who they would be. The badge of an order of a knighthood in Great Britain called the Order of the Garter, instituted by Edward III. The order is a college or a corporation. Why Edward III is important is because at his time, which would have been about the 1300s, he's trying to break away from popery then. I think two of his fathers before was the one who. So you
looked up George in where?
In 1828 dictionary. Just type in George, and then it's going to bring a man. I'm gonna read it again. A figure of Saint George on horseback, worn by Knights of the Garter.
So what I brought up, him being on the horse in the Amber Room, that makes perfect sense. Let me ask you: Did you look up Savior in the 1828?
I did. Let me go back to it. That's what made me start. That's what even made me start going back to what you brought me up to, because when I get there, I'm gonna come back to Garter, but let's go to Savior.
We'll go back to Carter. Hold that footnote, the Carter right there. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Savior 18. Let's go to it. Okay, Savior, one that saves or preserves, but properly applied only to Jesus Christ, the Redeemer, who has opened the way to everlasting salvation by his obedience and death, and who is therefore called the Savior by way of distinction, the Savior of men, the Savior of the world. General Washington may be called the Savior, but not the Savior of his country.
Of what? Of what?
To the Savior.
Of his country.
But not the Savior of
not the Savior of he is the savior of the nation. Of his country.
Oh, okay.
Like Jesus Christ is the Savior of the world, of humanity. Well,
yes, sir.
George Washington is the savior of the country. It's all.
And that's what it is.
Go
okay,
ahead.
I just want to say one that saves. I'm my bad.
You at the definition already? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a one that saves, preserves, or rescues from evil or destruction, and savior of the country. So, like you said, he is the savior of the nation of the country, but he's not the savior. Which, like you said, Jesus Christ is the savior. So he put that before to where it came down through the lineage of kings, and that's why I say what you're doing is such a great honor, man, and just to be here with you and to be talking with you. It goes back to what I was saying about why the garden, why when you spoke about the coat of arms and how men was wearing the coat of arms and stuff like that. The garter would have been the principal king at arms, and the term heraldry signified to invest in the order of garter. Let me say this. So the heraldry, those would have been the people who made our coats of arms and stuff like that. So all this is put in with the garter, but I want to bring it into the word college in the 1828 dictionary. And why that's important is because that's what they've done, bro. They made, like you said, corporate colleges where they got business people that take electoral positions to keep our people out of position when it's like a monarch. We're not even trying to be. We can have a parliament and stuff like that, but your parliament is ran through who God raises up. It's like we're not supposed to be cutting it off. So I'm gonna bring that right to college where it says, in a particular sense, an assembly for a political or ecclesiastical purpose, as the college of electors or their deputies as the died in Ratisbon. So also the college of princes or their deputies, the college of cities, or deputies of the imperial city, the college of cardinals, or sacred college in Russia. The denomination, college is given to councils of state, courts, or assemblies of men entrusted with the administration of the government, and called imperial college. The college of foreign affairs, the college of war, the admiralty college, the college of justice, the college of commerce, the medical college. In Great Britain and the United States of America, a society of physicians is called a college. So also there are colleges of surgeons, and in Britain, a college of philosophy, a college of heralds, that's what I was just bringing up with the garter, a college of justice, and the colleges of these kinds are usually incorporated or established by supreme power of the state, which in hindsight, when I read the convention, the states are, the church is the state, the church, the king is the state, the nation is the state. So you would be, and once you become king, you are in control of the state, the nation. It is one state. Or well, your many states that you can have over the world, as you would say, too, though. So that's why it's just been like a blessing to really understand what we're working back to. And like you said, no amount of shekels or a pat on the back.
Let me go back. Let me go back to Colonel George Washington. Remember? What did I have you look at? That went back to what?
You say the Colonel George Washington?
What did it say about Washington?
About him being the savior of his country.
Okay.
Of this nation.
Now, when you go to the savior, what does it say?
Hold on 1 second. Let me go back to it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It said, one that saves, preserves, or rescues from evil or destruction, right, as the savior of the country.
Now watch this. 2. Go ahead.
Oh, man, I didn't even read that one. You said this too. Let me read this one. Did you tell us to take it all as a loss? It says one that escapes loss, but without a gain. Count it out as a loss. Man, come on, man.
Now go again. What's the 3?
Man, because you keep saying that this is the second definition right under it. Say one that escapes loss, but without gain. And you say count it all as a loss.
Now watch this. And now number 3 is what?
It say one that is frugal in expenses as an economist. frugal means, let me see, because I heard that word before. And I'm going to read frugal. Economical in the use of the appropriation of money, goods or provisions of any kind, saving unnecessary expense, either of money or anything else which is to be used or consumed.
So Colonel George Washington was the controller of the state.
Right. And like
he kept the gold at Fort Knox.
Come on now. And like you said, they've been trying to get us to set it by into their debt system.
I'm not worried about that. I want to stay right here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I want to stay right here. I don't want to jump around. I want people to understand Savior, Saver, the difference between the two, but the coincidences are why they're together is because it rescues one from evil or destruction. You headed for self-destruction is one who saves that as the saver of the country. Now, the next one that escapes loss but without gain. Charge it all as a loss and move forward. You want reparation?
I want reclassification.
Do you want reparation?
That's what I want.
Do you want reparation? See.
Yes, sir. Restitution and reparations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to be saved.
That's why I know the third definition, because as I'm reading more definitions,
you got to
it makes
be
so much
saved.
sense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
and what's gonna show that, like you said, fruits of your labor. That's why they prove it.
You got to be saved.
Yes, sir.
One that rescues and preserves and rescues from destruction as the savior of the country. One that escapes loss but without gain. One that is frugal in expenses. What does that mean?
And let me say that it say right here, we ought to be frugal, not only in the expenditure of our money and of goods, but in the employment of time. That's why it's on the definition still. That's why I'm telling you. As you was talking, I was reading, and I say, God, it's good to be frugal.
So frugal mean conservative.
Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put your money
That's
up.
exactly what it means. They say we ought to be frugal, not only in the expenditure of money and of goods.
So you don't fall into wasteful spending.
And come on now, and let me finish, because the thrifty is down here. So the spendthrift trust, spendthrift. So let's say it is followed by but before the thing saved as frugal of time. It is not synonymous with the parsimonious, nor with the thrifty as now used. So I guess when we do our homework, I guess they saying the way they might have put thrifty or thrift, they've been able to use it maybe against us, like they saying maybe now use. So I'm definitely look up on that. But it
must be a thrift charity account or something like that. Why the 5013Cs are all benefiting off the thrift.
Yes, sir. The spendthrift trust.
Thrifty, thrift store, thrifty, Goodwill, Samaritan, and all of these are for-profit business, and they ain't giving nothing.
Man, they got it.
But it's all good. I want people just to know the savior of the country is like, but is not the savior of the world, like humanity. Like you would say Jesus Christ, like you say Jesus Christ is the savior of humanity, where George Washington is the savior of a destruction, or the lineage of that will be the savior of the country that will lead you back into the law or correct standing.
Amen on that.
Which will be in obedience to God, and then the blessings of Israel shall replenish the land. Like you ever seen the movie Moana, when all the trees grow and all of them, since they in Disneyland, like that. Then go back into where.
Now I gotta watch, because I still need to catch up on Alice in Wonderland. I've been up in here studying. I want to bring it in because as I read a Bible verse when Jesus ascended, he said some great things, but I don't got it on deck right now, so I'm not gonna bring it up. But exactly tying in to what you're saying, while he instructed a little more, it was in Acts. He instructed them a little more before he risen up, and he was able to explain to them what was kind of going to take place just a little more, and it hit him right on the head of the nail. That's what made me start researching back the garden stuff last night, because of Bible verse I ran into and what was being presented on the show yesterday. So again, I appreciate all the callers that bring in the beautiful information on the daily, man, because it really helps us. And I appreciate what you even said about what you're going to do with the Discord and things like that, Kel. So that's really much needed and we'll appreciate it, too, because there's a lot of information to be working on. And I'm sure it's good people being risen up each and every day by your word, the spirit of truth that's been sent by the Most High, getting empowered, man. So again,
well, that's the point of the Article 36 breakdown and doing the history on each point. So the grand presentation is better than Fantasia from Disneyland.
Everything will be placed in its proper order, and you're right about that because, like you said, when we go
and everybody can have an input on the information being displayed.
That's what I'm saying.
And then as I say it, you like, wait a minute, that's my note. I said this right there. That's my note. He said that right there. That's the whole point.
We ain't got to do it.
Yeah, I got to because that's what my people want. They love that type of shit. I used to get mad like, bro, don't have me doing. We went to high school, but that's our people. They love that type of shit.
And like how you said, though, building them up to talk. Because hey, if somebody turn in all the notes and say, I can't even talk to myself.
Man, you want me to say it? You want me to say it? Fine, I'll do it. But bring it over here. I'll say it. But I ain't giving them no credit. You better talk or I'm taking it all. I'm taking
It's all mine.
Yeah, it's all mine. Listen, we've been rowing. And I told people, just row. And we've been rowing for a year or so, and give or take the individual. And to see it come and see it on paper is a blessing.
Yes, sir.
Because here we are researching. We wouldn't have. Now we could have found this paper first and said, "Oh, we'll just do it like this." But you wouldn't have had no clue which angle. So it was important that that I addressed history, freestyle it, gain my relationship with the people, extend the conversation over time, and continue to go backwards. Some people didn't get it till right now. Some others was getting it before and just overwhelmed at this point. So. Shout out to the people way in the back of the classroom who just like, damn, this was a hell of a ride. And I ain't even called in one time. Shout out to y'all, too. Because even at your level, you experience like, damn, we way over here from Nipsey Hussle. How the fuck we get way out here in the middle of the ocean? But thank you for the call, Rico.
And like you said, the peak now you're right on everything. And I'm going to just say this real quick right before I get off. But just like every day how you build and how you expound on the pig going back into the Dead Sea, back into once he put that back in there, and us being taken over by that initially again. But in hindsight, as you said, giving us a chance to even roll with you and break down the information to us. We breaking down the Red Cross. If the Red Cross like that's on the first of the list, well, that's going to bring American Red Cross is going to bring us instantly to 1633. The French Daughters of Charity. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be able to present all this together and say,
so it's no plausible deniability. I mean, that's what we up against.
No plausible from the church to the government.
Their excuse is, well, at least we have plausible deniability. Well, not if Colombo.
Somebody else could have did it. It wasn't me. Not me. It wasn't me. It was the other me. Not me, though.
Yeah. That way we can't get blamed.
The other you. It's still you.
It sure is, buddy.
All four of you is you, buddy. It don't matter if it's two of you, one of you.
You know what? Because all law is all over the place. Murder over there. And genocide over there is genocide over here. And genocide over there is genocide over there by way of acts passed by their own United Nations. So they have to work that out. And we're going to continue to push forward. Again, thank you for the call, champion.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Cam. Take it easy.
My man. So again, you can do your research in 1828 from saver to savior and see the correlation between the two. Not the separation between the two. See the correlation. Go over to savior and see, wait a minute. That's odd. It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing. So we're going to continue to push. And we're going to continue to push. Everybody out there, hit that like button. Continue to support this page. Shout out to the people in my Cash App. It's been a blessing. And we're going to continue to work. If the Red Cross is the initial corporation. And the Red Cross overthrew America. Press 1. The Red Cross overthrew America and shipped Nazi scientists to America. I am the only one who's figured this out this whole time. Everybody know about Operation Paperclip, even the conspiracy theorists. Press 1. Even the conspiracy theorists. Coffee and Kush TV, Cabro University. You on the air.
Yeah, man, all that sounds good, man, but you got to put your feet in the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, calm down. Calm down a little bit. My feet is in the dirt right now. Press 1.
You know what I'm saying?
What does that mean, your feet in the dirt? What does that mean?
In the mud.
Your feet got to be in the mud.
Do all that, man, but say, man, look.
Look, sir, you're going to have to pronunciate your words a little better. I've grown from... See, when I used to speak and talk like you, it's because I was in the street homeless. I had no education. I was hungry. My stomach was turned backward. I was begging people for change while portraying a false sense of reality, sir. So I encourage you to work on your speech patterns so to show God you evolved a little bit. Now, what is it that you would like to say to me?
Nothing at all.
All right, then. Have a great day, sir.
Yeah, work on my speech practice. Work on sucking my dick, bitch.
Wow. Feisty. Work on sucking my penis. Wow. I mean, IQ. The electrical, you just wasted so many electrical shocks. So much you could have learned today from somebody very important. So much you could have learned today. Yet you just another one where one go down, the other one spring up. Your sin is in the tip of your tongue. You see, I've been on the air. Let me see. I'm over you niggas. For 3 hours and 36 minutes, freestyling nothing but positive, inspirational information, making people laugh. It don't matter what we do. It's gonna be one of these old lower class demons, and he just staying condemned because his life is pathetic. He ain't got nothing going on for himself. You understand what I'm saying? He's watching me the whole time, ain't generated no revenue for himself, and he's going to be mad at me tomorrow in his life because his mama said, boy, you got to do something with your life. Press 1. So you can't live with mama forever, sir. You can't live with Papa, Grandma. Papa ain't going to allow you. You can't sleep on the couch, bro. You got to wash your own clothes. Press 1. I don't got to wash my own clothes. I'm going to make you mad. I don't wash my own clothes. Press 1. I hire people. Press 1. I got maids. I don't drive. I got Uber driver, chauffeur if I need groceries. And they get tips. Press 1. I feel special in this world. Press 1. I didn't know life could be so easy. Nigga, y'all niggas don't want to do nothing but irritate individuals like us over here. Hit that like button who doing some positivity, and you can't speak. You can buy a dictionary too. You don't gotta buy Michael Jordan shoes all the time. You can buy a dictionary. You can buy books that you don't gotta try to insult me and make me feel bad. You still doing that with a full beard? You still trying to encourage people to be like you? Come on, bro. Pick your pants up, bro. Press 1. You sagging right now. Your shoes is wobbly. Press 1. He got on them black air. He's in black Air Force mode right now. Them Air Forces start leaning. Press 1. They're not new no more. You can't confuse them little girls on the block no more. Time to make sense of your life, sir. Press 1. It's pathetic. And it's sad. It's sad that this brother, I'm sorry, this is the end of the show where we make fun of people. Press 1, all the clowns that want to play around and troll. Fine, call them, don't run. You're the one slanging homosexual suggestions about males sucking on your penis. Press 1. You should move to Atlanta, where that's normal. You won't even feel neglected. Press 1, you ain't got nothing to worry about. This is what it is. Shout out to a liner, but you know what I mean. That's like comment. You ain't got to live on the internet, hiding away from everybody. Press 1. These be the people at the welfare office. They be mad at me. They get mad at you when you choose to do better with your life as well. You will see people turn on you so fast, bro. Sister, queen, king. You will see these individuals, man, says you got new rim. They the ones wearing the mask out in the world still after Corona, looking for somebody to steal somebody's purse. Press 1 watching my live stream with a ski mask on in the back of the bus. You ain't even paid no money to get on. Press 1. The type of the nigga that gets sturdy on top of the train. They don't even take the train no more. Fuck that. They just get on the top. Press 1 ride through the East Coast, up and down, right there. You don't even get, you don't get on the A train. Clown. Press 1. You ain't got no money to make it true. Press 1. You ride on the top doing sturdy moves on YouTube and getting out $1 for it. Press 1. KF Road, funniest professor on the internet. 424-209-9506. Say something, punk. You're not going to respond? Yo mama, press 1. Yo mama, PA's balance is so off. Press 1. She smell like sour milk. Press 1. Day in. Your mama got them long, extended, overhooking ass toes. She be wearing them cheap ass sandals made in China. Colorful ass, dirty ass toenail, pinks and purples with broke ass cubic zirconia pieces. The fucking baby toe black as hell leaning off the side, all crusted up on the end because it's been scraping along the side of the curb. Press 1. I said, yo, mama, nigga, gotta get. She don't even got the motherfucker sew in. You pull that bitch, that whole side is coming on. What you doing, kid? Bye, police. Just press 1. Look at ass, bro. Yo, mama, nigga, got a mole on the tip of her nipple with a hair coming out. Yo, mama, nigga. Press 1. Yo, mama. Say something. I know you're not gonna let me sit up here and talk about your mama that way. Press 1. Her shit's made in New York City. New York City. Press 1. Get a rope. Press 1. Yo, mama, vagina is like cottage cheese yogurt. Press 1 with the extra film on the side. Don't do her laundry. Press 1. She got white marks and silk all up in the panties. Press 1. Oh, plucked up. Press 1. She still wear them old Chinese netted shoes with the little dragon prints and beautiful flowers on the front. Press 1. She still wear them, dumb man. One of them old Easty ass female. Press 1. Asking for some goddamn change all the goddamn time. Press 1 no matter what country she in. Haiti, press 1. Jamaica, press 1. China, press 1. No matter, press 1. East Coast, West Coast. Nigga, let me hold something. 1.
Mob.
Houston, Texas, you on the air. What up?
Yeah. Mob ties, nigga.
Huh?
Mob.
So what that mean? What does mob ties mean? What that mean? Y'all, you better go home and get a RICO act. Nigga, the police coming for you. Fool, you shouldn't be on the internet. Nigga talking about no damn mob ties. They coming for you. Boy, I already predicted this downfall coming. Press 1. Woo! Press 1. What the fuck is this one? Press 1. Your beer getting in the way. You better pay attention to class, huh, boy? Press, boy. Mob ties right there. Press 1. Sir. Jesus Christ right here. Jesus Christ. Press 1. What the hell is wrong with you? Power of God. I don't know. Are you banging on me? You have a clue? Press 1. The fuck does that mean? Sign the goddamn contract and get in the ring. Press 1. You dealing with the motherfucking heavyweight champion of the world. Press 1. Your linky ass in the ring. Stop trying to bully people. Press 1 and hang up the phone. Guess what? My ties back with Pepper, but nigga, get in the ring. Kev Rowe beating up niggas from there on. I'm just gonna beat niggas up. Boop, bop, beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, bop. Press 1. Incredible. Shout out Mob Ties. Shout out Houston, Texas. Shout out Houston, Texas. You guys are beautiful. You guys are beautiful. So, Bungalow 54 door closed. Kanye West shoes are not for sale anymore. So, niggas over there tripping right now. Press 1. Niggas is tripping. Can't buy the Yeezys. Can't be. Niggas got the industry fucked up. Industry fucked up. Ain't shit to do. Cavro University, full effect. Make sure y'all back in class tomorrow morning, right here on Coffee and Kush Entertainment / Cavro University. Bungalow 54, Cavro Sports, Kevin G. Channel, press 1. Shout out to y'all learning something. Look, DoorDash.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Hold on, let me, what the fuck, man? Sometimes I read these comments, y'all act retarded. I mean, you was stupid with that DoorDash. Shout out to you, Amanda, for posting that. Shout out to the sometimes this fucking audience DoorDash better than Mob Ties, fucking Uber Eats, nigga. What the niggas want from me? Jesus Christ. And what are you so mad for? Principal, I ain't said nothing about Offset. How come everybody find me? Can I ask a question, y'all? How come everybody... How do everybody find me? I'm not even talking about rap all year. I was fucking retired. The Nipsey Hussle shit. You feel me? I retired from the shit. I'm Gene Deal. All this shit, bro. I said, you know what, bro? I can't even do conspiracy shows. I can't do shit because it's different when I do it, right? Shit hit different, right? Now niggas can't even learn in my classroom. Now they mad at me because they can't participate. They not as bright as us. What the fuck is that? Y'all owe me an apology, bro. That was too salty. That was Bob Ties for real. But what the fuck is you salty for? I ain't said nothing about Offset. I didn't say nothing. Bro, I have not said nothing. What the fuck is you mad at me for? I understand you mad at bloggers, but nigga, I ain't got shit to do with all. That's King AK-47, Sadie Nash, and I smoke hip hop. These niggas charging y'all with all type of crimes. How the fuck y'all find me? Oh yeah, fuck you, Bob Ties, bitch. What the fuck they got to do with me? I don't understand, man. I forgive y'all. The hell yeah, that was Jay Prince. That's why I said move your beard out the way. What the fuck is you mad at me for? Are you in my class? Jay Prince. You... He heard Juana from Brooklyn. He said, fuck this shit, I gotta get in on this. The fuck is you mad at me? What the fuck did I do? Kev kills. Mob Ties. What did I do to you, sir? What happened?
Hey.
Hold on. Slow down, partner.
I call my mama a bitch. You gotta give a fuck.
Oh, sir, I'm not worried about that. See, hold that thought right there. You hold it right there. You're not going to be yelling at me in that big-ass empty house. You're not going to do that. This is a show. So what? You try to call my show clowning, you're going to get clowned. Nobody know Jay Prince is in my chat. So what? You shouldn't be over. Change the motherfucking channel. You emotional ass mob and thug niggas. Y'all niggas can't watch my show at all. Y'all banned. Y'all too emotional, and y'all was raised by y'all mamas and aunties and shit, and y'all have no humor nor love nor soul, and I don't want to partake in none of y'all death coat music or thuggetry or nothing. I've been out of South Central. That's y'all. The hell with you your mama, your family over there, y'all do what y'all doing over there. Enjoy the rest of your life. There's no reason to be that mad at me like I'm Young Chop. The fuck I do to you? You talk about my mama cried. This is exactly why you niggas is little children in the eyes of the law. Oh, my mama, man, you talk about my mama, bro. Talk about his mama back, bro. Fuck is you crying for? Living in Wonderland, crying. Right? I don't blame you because it's insanity, really, but you're not thinking clearly. That's all it is. You're not legally responsible and you're not morally responsible because you're not thinking clearly. That's all. You ain't got it. I don't talk about your mama. Talk about this history. Talk about this fucking history. That's all niggas know. My mama, man. Press what? My mama's good. This one, that one. Right now, because that's why. Press one. My mama said. God damn. All this beautiful history a nigga laid down for the whole world. My mama. Press what? Lord have mercy. Get it together. Black man can't have nothing. Whole bag full of emotion just carrying on your back. I ain't got nothing to do with them niggas telling on y'all. Got nothing. Charleston White been talking about you for a whole fucking year. Get the fuck out of here. Press what? Fuck is this nigga talking to? Get your ass in the boxing ring then. Got time. And don't try to holler at Shakur Stevenson. Don't try to holler at Shakur Stevenson neither, nigga. Press what? I'm not arguing. Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you like your father told you, and my father told me. I'm not gonna sit here and lip wrestle with you emotional ass niggas who can't take or nothing. You can't even have a nothing. Locked into this niggas. Step out of that little throne y'all in over there, emotional ass. And the fire's coming is what I heard from Whack One. Never mind. Coffee and Kush TV. And as always, I'll holla.